Hello and welcome to our 86th episode of our Adventures in Excordia campaign. Joining us tonight, Norvin, playing in Dario.
I want a sugar mama.
Tristan, playing
Okay, dog.
Silver.
I don't know how to follow up that. Okay.
Shane, playing Morgana.
I don't either, man. I think you got some deep-rooted psychological issues there, Norman.
And Fergus, playing Zonkiri.
I mean, if you're willing to agree to a few things while I'm in this body.
Oh. Oh, man.
Everybody else was late to joining the Roll20 or is coming late to the game and thus forfeits their intro.
We are back, baby.
Last we left off, you all pulled off some Mission Impossible shit on Freywick and got away with their Electrite cache, which you all got the number on. You don't know what types there are, but there are 20 different Electrite cases in that silo that you have in the demiplane. They are all statted in a sheet. It'll take you 3 hours to identify them all ritually, so let me know when you want to commit. You would be able to tell at sight. You have 8 large, 4 medium, and 8 small, which comes out to approximately 9 million gold pieces. A little shy of it.
Woo!
You all then skedaddled into Abthur's Tower, where you, I believe, Mandariel and Morgana are... No, everybody is sponge bathing. They're all soaking and playing in the spa. Correct?
No.
I know it's been a minute, but I'm pretty sure that's where we left off, as we were... everybody'd gone there, and what's her name? Mivan had just regained joy. No, that was the previous time that she regained joy, but...
Yeah.
I think right now we're inside the demiplane with the captives.
I know Abthur just walked by and opened up a demiplane for you to throw him in there. And then shuffled off on his wizard bunny slippers.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Wizard Tower man. Unfair playing field.
You just know that man be doing sock slides in those when we're not around.
He does not, while you're not around, while you're there, he has not picked up his feet once. He's just doing very neurodivergent shuffling.
Yeah, but you know the ones where it's like, woo, I'm sliding across the floor as a fun activity.
You're welcome to think that.
Why it's when we're not there.
So, we pick up with you all in the demiplane then, as you all have gathered up on this.
I checked. The last thing that happened was we were in the bathhouse playing.
Okay, cool. So, I believe, because I thought you all had thrown them in there and said, we'll get to them in a minute. Because they had like several... Let me see if I can find...
Because we got all rained in with blood because of
Yes.
the earthquake.
That was it. Ilvian, god of subtle way, who moves in subtle ways. Once again, blood showered.
Yeah, you're nice and clean.
It's subtle because nobody would figure it's her.
I just think wherever the weirdos go, there's just this rain of blood. No one believes it's God's influence. They think they can do that.
That must just be their necromancer.
You know, everyone says blood for the blood god, but no one ever thinks of blood from the blood god.
Exactly. Now you're thinking.
He ain't exactly keen on handing it out.
Ilvian surely isn't shy.
She handles it out about once a month.
Well, where do you think the blood rain came from this time?
Awesome. Got nothing God, period.
Anyway, cursed sentences aside, and the DM remembering every time that he has a watch together.
Woohoo.
Woohoo indeed. We'll say you all spend at least 10 to 15 minutes just de-blooding yourselves. As you get done scrubbing all the surprisingly coating layers of blood. Just everywhere you have. Who's Jim Carter?
The former president.
Whose watch together name is Jim Carter? There's Necro, and there's Tristan, and then there's me.
Well, I mean, in their defense, and I don't know who it is because I'm not in there right now, but in their defense,
In the trash can?
he's not exactly using it anymore.
No takers?
It must be.
I'm not
the-
Jim Carter. I usually name myself
Okay.
Waiting on the Necromorph or the Necromorph for shits and giggles.
Somebody in there's also Milf Hunter.
Those
That's
are the
gotta be
offline
Dom.
ones. Shout out to you,
I'm
Fergus.
still trying to get it to log me back in.
How apt of a sideball to throw at me. Peanuts to you, sir.
I love how I do this every week. You're always surprised by what I put in there.
Because it's a discombobulate. I'm doing my things, I'm getting it set up, hard screeching brakes. Who the fuck is Bingus Pingus? Who the fuck is Jim Carter?
What do you want?
Anyway,
He's- or Hawaiian.
you all
Why?
have cleaned yourselves after 15 minutes. What would you like to do here in the tower? Reminder that this is the tower in Black Mirror, Abther's tower. And your the cache is in its own demiplane, and your prisoners are in a separate demiplane, both of which you can summon once you have the spell. Now, unconscious people at 0 regain consciousness in 1d6 hours?
1d4.
24. Alright, did I roll that? No, I didn't. Three hours till I
Oh.
wake up.
Speaking of which,
Mm-hmm. Mwahaha. Just ignore the 2 there. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ew. Pretty tragic. There's 2 2s in there.
Back to back.
Oof. Oof.
They're hugging.
365. 365 pot to go. You know, if you ignore the 1 on the 16, Liv also has a 666.
Yeah. Great.
Anyway. Party. Weirdos.
Mhm.
You have an unconscious drone in the form of Karen who's going to follow at least one of you. What are you doing?
all right, let's see what's on the docket for the rest of the day. Need to identify those gems we stole. Need to interrogate the prisoners. And do you think we should tell Governess Moonwatch about what happened, or do you think she'll figure that out on her own?
I do not
You
believe
also
we're
have
under obligation to tell
to-
her.
We also have the plans of the satellite.
Right. Well, it's all the same to everyone. I think I'll go handle the interrogations.
Standard operations then.
Dario, I'll leave the electrite identification to you.
Who is the you you're delegating to?
Dario?
And Dario? You have identify?
I'm pretty sure I do. Yes, I do, and I have it ritually, so I can assist with that.
So, you all exit the spa, and in the little nexus room with 4 doors. To the right, Zonkiri goes and scratches the little rune to reopen the prisoner demiplane, and to the left, Indariel, you're able to key in and open your demiplane to the left one. Are you going to spend just the 3 hours back to back, Indariel, identifying?
Yeah, she'll just sit and identify.
When it gets done, I'll give you the list.
Get a cup of coffee.
And then on to the other room. Morgana, are you staying in the spa, or are you going with Indariel? Or are you going to go for the prisoners?
I don't think he needs any help in the prison. I'll just go with Hindaro.
Okay. And then the other 2? Zero, Silver. What doing?
I mean, I did say I have schematics for a satellite cannon that I have to go research.
I'll get to you after Zonkiri then. Katira, what are you doing?
I'll just be backup for Zonkiri.
Cool. You pop over with Zonkiri. Karen is going to remain floating in the spa for a while.
Hell
The
yeah.
blood, it just won't come off. Stood there furiously scrubbing his hands.
Ouch. Ouch.
He was the center point of a blood quake, so yeah. Blood has stained his skin, and he's
Actually,
trying to remove it.
Technically speaking, he's the only one that didn't get covered in blood.
Yeah, he did cast it in skedaddle. So,
It's all in his head. After what we told him, what the effects of the city was.
it's purely psychosomatic. He feels like he's in that shampoo prank where they keep trying to wash it off and just more shampoo. He's just like, "Ugh, there's more! There's more! Anyway, while Karen loses his mind, Zonkiri, you enter with Katira into your demiplane and close the door behind you. I believe it was 6 prisoners you had? 6 of the officials?
Sounds right.
We'll say it was 6. They are unconscious still and tied up together in this stone room. What would you like to do? Or more specifically, if you're trying to extract information from them, what are you trying to get?
The idea, well, for starters, he wants to know, like, he's going to try to get, like, what each of them are, what their duties were in that facility. Potential locations of any other storehouses like that. They looked like they were in, like, the higher up, or they looked like higher ups in that facility. They might have something to do with, like R&D for some of the weapons or other things that use these crystals. They might be aware of where Freywick is getting them.
Okay.
Some of them might have worked with Aether. Not Aether.
Araya?
Yes, Araya. Some of them might have worked with Araya. Try to figure out, what Araya's objectives or
So,
operations are.
little reminder: these are Araya agents. These are the higher up the corporate ladder of the people you jumped at the camp.
Okay. I thought these were Freywick researchers.
They were so they were Araya's assets, the Electrite, and they were stood there kind of working as bureaucrats to dole it out to different Freywick projects.
Okay.
Rather than just giving them a silo of Electrite, they set up this, well, in theory, more protected site to protect them from losses. But
Examining them, do they have the same kind of bonded techno armor?
yes, to a higher degree as well. At the very least, it seems like they are able to speak telepathically to those within a fairly large range, as long as they're on the same plane. So in this case, just each other in this room. But in Freywick, they were likely able to communicate well across town to somebody instantaneously at the speed of thought.
Okay.
Additionally, there seems to be just kind of a general psychic interface. They could think stuff into a hard drive. They could write, rather than writing their notes, they could observe and send it on its way. You did not spot psionic stuff on the other array agents you met. It seems to be something unique to their role and their rank in the hierarchy. But yes, similarly, still like fused to them deep modifications of their bodies to allow use of it, etc. So as far as answering the questions you had put forth, I'll say this will take you. I'll say it takes about an hour a question to get the full scope of what you want, because they are obviously resisting giving up any kind of secrets, and you yourself have to put in some sort of psychic effort to ensure they're not just saying whatever to get you to stop.
I got a mass suggestion for him if needed.
Gotcha. How many you only have the one left, right?
Mass suggestion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying you had.
You're right. I used it to get them to follow us. Never mind.
Yep. So I'll stick to about an hour-ish to piece together the comprehensive story. Maybe less, depending on how shallow of a question. So you want to know where they were getting it. They had regular shipments coming from Arraya's deep, or well, I guess shallow galactic, but deep on the outer rim of the galaxy. Yeah. They were
Far in the outer rim?
Yeah, so a reminder, the setup, the central part is newer.
Yeah, it's just deep on the outside.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of studying. I was like, technically it's shallow, but like
far on the outer rim.
Yeah. In the very old space. They're moving electrite from one of their facilities, putting it on a space 18-wheeler, and sending it here to the boonies, where they receive payment and drop it off.
Hey, guys, we could replay Alien. That's the alien.
Oh god. Please don't xenomorph my setting. Though I would not doubt that Zonkiri has acidic blood. Where was I? Oh. Getting it from there, bring it here. Most of it went to fueling ships and those large AA guns. Most of them went to that. The mostly defensive and offensive things of that nature. There was an R&D department below Freywick, which you saw with your scrying eye, though it is mostly run by Araya, who researches new things and gives it to Freywick to try out. So Freywick buys the crystals. Certain ones get earmarked to get sent to their R&D. R&D plays with it, and they want to see how it works in practice. Freywick then tests that weapon. If it works, they keep using it. If it doesn't, oh well. It is very very much a lopsided deal that they have. That Araya has a very strong hold around Freywick's neck, and they don't really buck back hard.
I don't know. I've been told in situations like this, it's Freywick that owns Araya.
Interesting. Who says that?
Can't answer that question. Let's keep playing.
Okay.
Connor, behind you.
Ah!
Bye.
And he left the game. We never heard from him again. You're floating in the spa right now, Karen. Everybody else is off to do side projects in Abther's Tower.
Yep.
You had a psychosomatic
I'm all-
episode where you couldn't scrub the blood off. It is now starting to abate. What would you like
Oh,
to
did
do?
I'm just chilling.
Okay, you continue to float. Back to Zonkiri. So you get a strong idea of their supply line, and you manage to extract specific names of places that connect it back to their HQ. That's what your first hour of questioning gets you, which was deep pulls, as some of them didn't quite know, some of them had access to it and had to be incentivized to remember. You had to, though physical torture is known to be unreliable, we'll suspend our disbelief and say Zonkiri's just figured out the way to make it useful.
I mean, Zonkiri doesn't do physical torture.
No.
I've made that clear several times.
I didn't want to assume you were going to burn spell slots or anything to get it out of them.
He just tells them a story. And then suddenly they're the ones in the story.
You make a point.
I mean, he isn't above just murdering one of them and filling them with a dabuk. And then
Okay.
and then interrogating that one, and then let the others choose if they want to answer. Or get the
Just
dabuk.
don't do it by the dinner table this time, asshole.
I have more the books. Make your choice.
Spaghetti.
No, stay away from my
Spaghetti.
fucking food. No. Chicken wrap.
1 second.
Break the spaghetti noodles.
My brother has texted me something, and I need to.
In half or in 3/4 and then 1/4?
Half.
I think the other one would bother Shane more. Ran out of ketchup. I'm very sad.
Zonkiri's going to pass an idea off to Silver next time he sees him. These guys have this techno armor. So I wonder. They seem to have this sort of telepathic ability with each other, especially the higher ups, right? Silver, what do you think the odds are that you'd be able to use some of that armor, especially if we kept the head of one of them alive, to tap into it and we could listen in on their frequency?
Sounds kind of torturistic, but no.
Like you said, possible. Just very, if you could stomach it.
Techno undead radio head.
So, sorry. Text answered. It was absolutely not important.
Siblings, am I right?
What's the Sam's Club login? Thinking, oh, he's trying to get groceries. Let me do that to him so he doesn't just sit there and not know how to do it. I was going to buy a gift card. I'll just do Amazon. And
Bozo.
yes. I'm going to send him this video so he can hear me call him a bozo.
Beat it, bozo.
So, what was your second question, Zonkiri? Now that you've got a solid grasp on their supply line. That does include weak points that you learn enough to where you could imagine the weak points, so they don't see them themselves as weak points.
Yeah. So I'm curious back into Malar or tactician mode. All right. Second question. Probably just what they know about the space laser, the Oculus.
They know a lot on that one. If you just ask what they know, that's going to be a very, very long. That one would be like 2 hours. No, well over it. Their whole lives have basically been, well, not their whole lives, but a significant. They know a whole lot about it. They have been the ground site team working, the highest ranking ground site team working with the Oculus and helping coordinate it, helping prepare materials and people to help to work on repairs. There are people who know more about well, they can give you the breakdown of what it currently is. They don't really have any idea about the improving it sector.
Okay.
That was the humming.
What about the crew complement?
As in,
Obviously, it seems to be mostly staffed with Megan.
right?
Somebody has to be making and controlling those Megan.
Yes.
Zonkiri wants to know if they know who that is and who that person is.
All they know is that it's classified. There is nobody in orbit of this star that has clearance to know it. Kind of classified. But they're able to fill in that based on observations of a beholder and fundamentals of archaeomancy, they applied it, they started with altering God, I can't speak. Bleh. They started by altering a beholder using archaeomancy runes. It imploded from bearing the weight of being from the far realms and then having been imposed with order. Then they proceeded to modularly try and increase it until they eventually found a way they could just milk the beholder for what they needed. And then they designed a mechanism to mimic the way a beholder does its anti-magic cone, then applied their archaeomancy to that effect. And so it essentially functions like an archaeomantic lens over a giant a giant beholder's central eye. I kept trying to call the beholder Oculus every single time I said that.
So it's what you're saying.
Yes,
Is
it's a
that
contact. Yes,
it's literally in the eye of the beholder.
yes. If I were smart enough, I would make an acronym for the lens. Beauty. Yes.
Are you the beholder?
But yes, it does kind of sit in the laser like a contact in front of a giant mechanical beholder eye.
Make it look like a goldfish. Make the laser.
It also does have to be resupplied. It is not infinite. They have to run supplies to it to refill every so often, about
That's
once a month.
Relief.
Don't leave a prescription.
They do keep it in surplus in the case of besiegement. that they can outlast for a little while. But they also shared that there are beholder farms where they are just strapped in and essentially just cutting onions, drawing out their tears, but in a lot more gruesome detail of them surgically altering said beholders, plugging in places, high-level enchantments to maintain and control them.
I'm stuck on cutting onions and drawing out their tears.
Yes, so they force them to weep, draw out what they need from the eyes through the tears, and then that's how they get most of their material. I know there's probably a term for it other than eye irritant, but
You thought of this all by yourself?
pardon?
You heard what I said.
Yeah?
I
Why?
beg your pardon.
Are you okay?
Yeah?
The hell is she
I
talking
get,
about?
I don't know.
Concerned for you.
No, she sees into the future. Look to your left. Bus.
That's So Raven from the show That's So Raven.
You been struck by truck.
Yep. So they that is how they quote unquote milk the beholders to make the lacrimal fuel, if you want to call it that. They give you a very in-depth. Most of that hour, they do not begrudge after the show of power on the first one. Most of that hour is them explaining everything they know in turn.
Okay.
And, being human or humanoid, they don't have a perfect recollection of the measurements and such. They can give you general ideas, but Silver, has.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I call bullshit on that.
Please do.
You were literally just talking about how they can download their thoughts into files.
Yes.
You're telling me that when they have important information like that, they can't make backup copies as files?
Good point.
So they're sending their thoughts to a central place. They don't have as much storage as the central place.
Okay.
Cloud has the thoughts.
Yes. They reversing the flow of that has proven. For fun, we'll say Zonkiri calls bullshit on them not knowing, and they mentioned that there had been some moments where somebody's careless, not quite strong enough to resist the flow of every piece of information back into them, and they usually go crazy or their head explodes.
Search
Or
term too
both.
broad.
Yes. Literally doing that once, and they're like, oh my god, 10 million entry! Pop goes the weasel.
Here's your zip bomb.
It's like what
Basically.
used to happen on Windows computers when you would get all of the error messages popping up and overlapping.
It is basically a zip bomb, as Pyro pointed out. That they're like, they could. That is also why they had terminals there, rather than just thinking to connect.
Okay.
Where
All right, that makes more
secretly
sense.
comes from a Shadowrun campaign. That's where the distance comes in. In the middle ring, Connor has a Shadowrun campaign going somehow.
It also fits with what you've picked up on Araya, that they care more about the central hub getting all the information than they do about individuals being involved. So they really don't care if the person on the site knows everything as long as they get all their information.
Okay.
Which you've observed a couple times in the way that their protocols are set out. As a militarist yourself, you see similarities. So that's about 2 hours in. I'm gonna jump over to Silver for a second. Silver, you were gonna look at these plans. Did you write down what I had told you about, or which parts, which schematics you had gotten?
The thing you did tell me, it was this. The only thing I have written down here is schematics of the satellite cannon.
Okay. That's it.
That is it.
I know I'd given you two things, one about the auxiliary lasers and one for the main ones. Give me an engineering check as you look over these plans.
Engineering check. Oop. 28.
Having studied archaeomancy yourself, with a 28, which is really good, you pick up, you're seeing the archaeomantic runes they have inlaid on there to apply it. And you kind of like pull back the layer, you go up one layer and see just the normal anti-magic ones, and it's about what you'd expect. You don't quite understand all the runes they have there, but you can recognize the flow and how it ended up where it is. When you look at the archaeomantic ones, you have a very strong understanding of them. Especially with archaeomancy being a magic system of writing, it doesn't seem like it has matching handwriting. And what I mean by that is, it seems like the basis they used to make this archaeomancy was not their design, but rather something they found and implemented. It reads like Old English being typed out by a Twitter bot. Something modern, just emulating
They use
something old.
AI?
I dry heaved.
Thank you. Well, they are the bad guys, Liv. I do have to convince you that somehow. As you continue to look with your 28, you begin to jot down all the different archaeomantic symbols. Give me an Arcana check at a much lower DC because of your engineering. This is to understand, to piece together these somewhat fragmented. Okay, you passed. The DC was a 15 on the Arcana. Oh, well, 21. It was brought down.
Double-clicked.
So I brought it down from a 25 to a 15 because of your nearly 30 engineering.
I still had one flash of genius. I could have hit the 25.
Well, yeah. You spend a long, about 3.5 hours piecing this back together in trial and error, just tinkering. Just idle curiosity. You have a little magic capacitor that you made up, putting the runes together, seeing how they react. 3.5 hours in, you get them to work in a sentence that roughly translates to the end. As you're looking at it, you can't help but see it like a brand. Cylindrical, or circular, excuse me. The runes all fit in very fancy. They look very aesthetically pleasing. And you believe that if supplied with a decent enough power source like electrite, if you were to brand this on somebody, you would sear away their ability to do archaeomancy. Period. It is the end. You doubt something like this would work on the governess, but I believe I'd given you all hints about this previously.
Correct.
You now actually have said ritual there. You have a copy of it that you've made. You knew of it before, you could perform it now.
I remember from asking, you gave us this, or you hinted at this kind of stuff back when we were asking what kind of stuff Chaos or Archaeomancy could do.
Right. Fittingly, the school of Archaeomancy here would be Chaos.
So I have the power, I have the spell of the end. Or...
Yes, you have an anti-Archaeomancy brand. Somebody with Chaos or Archaeomancy does need to ignite it. I mean, you've... What your tinkering was checking to see, is this going to work together? Are these verbs going to conjugate together? And you were able to test that yes, these work. I believe you only had stone Archaeomancy. Or at the very least, you didn't have Chaos Archaeomancy. So you aren't able to yourself start up a gauntlet of branding.
Yeah, I had no Chaos Archaeomancy until I got the Dawn one.
Dawn one, that was it. So you figure that out, and you just kind of to yourself. And I believe you all had also discussed with each other that having figured out that something like this existed, you noticed that the governess had excluded its existence from the history of archaeomancy. You all had pieced together, I recall, that this was the weapon that led to the downfall of archaeomancy, and the rise of the weave converted people to it, and those who resisted were essentially had their magic put down through this weapon. And through the combination of those and being backed by the gods, archaeomancy was, or being opposed by the gods, I suppose, archaeomancy was put down until it was revived. Oh god. Yeah, Fergus, you could try that. Anti-archaeomancy nuke and all. Very specifically, I think I said that it would take a lot to stop the governess. I think combining those at the right location, you could kill archaeomancy before it gets to take flight.
Add that to the arsenal of potential things.
Now, of course, this does require that there are no other archons before you do that, or rather, performing that for every archon. If you could get multiple chaos godling whatevers. Nonetheless. God, you just attract doomsday weapons, don't you?
Dude, you're the one who keeps giving them to us.
But I don't expect them to work together.
You
I-
should expecto patronum.
They exponentiate each other's destructiveness.
You give me a gun, you give me a bullet. What do you expect me to do?
To be fair, I am used to pyro.
Persona!
I know it's not like the greatest excuse, but in previous campaigns, I was used to pyro picking up these weird MacGuffins, and he usually didn't have the willpower to resist them. He would just do something to them, and they'd either break or they'd go off. I'm not used to a player sitting on all these different things.
Yes, but see, now
Mhm.
Baldur's Gate 3 exists, and we've all seen the videos and stuff about people that have hoarded every single barrel of gunpowder and take out Gortash in 1 second by stockpiling the gunpowder.
What's
I
a
mean,
Gortash?
that's how I beat the final boss.
Yep, the absolute yep. That's what I was gonna reference.
Yep.
I've seen things past Gortash that is yep.
Yeah, but let's see Gortash, right, Connor?
Globe of invulnerability plus firebolt equals win.
Think fast, Chuckle Nuts.
We're all used to the how can I put these very powerful things together and make big boom?
So-
Connor, I want to take another crack at that game when the update drops. Make Roy.
Fun. I might join you with it.
I'll need people so I don't have to deal with the fucking NPCs. Ugh, I hate it.
Uh-huh. Anyway, back to your questions on Carrie. You got another?
I think the only thing left he would have questions on that these guys might know.
Oh, the usefulness is running
Is-
out.
Let's see if I can find it. Where is he?
He?
Did you move him out of the congressional ball attendance?
Who?
The dude in
Lars?
charge of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lars.
Yeah, I put him in an NPC to go folder, so we didn't have to dig all the way through there again.
Oh.
Bald!
Going
Oh.
AFK.
Bold.
Okay. he'd ask
How's Larry?
what Lars his current thoughts for the war and how everything's going, and just like what his most. I mean, obviously they've changed at this point considering things that have happened.
Hmm.
But like what his position with everything that's happening is that they might know.
They share that they're not under him. He comes to them with things, but they work for Araya, not him. He usually pitches a fit about that. He seems fairly confident with the war progress, though, and what they've seen. They gather it's changed now. He had a sort of
Pizza acquired. I'm back.
all right.
Welcome
He
back.
had a bit of an attitude problem with Araya agents for a while. He started out kind of accepting the submissive loser side of his alliance, and he seems to kind of have grown a little impatient and a little annoyed with being subservient to this megacorp.
Okay, so he's moved into Portuguese rebel territory.
And they can only imagine how he's going to respond. They have no idea how he's going to respond, if he's going to try and double back to being just pitiful to get their appeal, or if he's going to double down and try and hey, you know, if you trusted me with this, then this wouldn't have happened, based on your in response to your all's terrorist attack.
Okay. Good to know there's friction there.
We're not terrorists. We're freedom fighters.
Totally. What about
No,
all the
I'm a
innocents?
I'm a terrorist. Let's be clear.
And I
Just-
do not call me a filthy freedom. Well, they fight against
Yeah.
slavery, Zunkari. Surely you're for that.
Blood for the blood god, blood for the blood god, blood for
Anyways. With that being your last question, they will start to beg for their lives. If that is still your last question.
I can't think of anything else. Lankiri would ask Katira if she had any ideas, or have her go ask if any of the other guys have any ideas they want to extract info from these guys.
I don't have anything, but I'll go run and ask.
Katira's runs at such a speed she is in 3 positions at once, speaking to the 3 different groups.
Dug to our after images.
Oh, and Zankuri will just like blatantly make the offer to them. If any of them wants to turn traitor, he's more than willing to accept them.
In what kind of role? What kind of outlook do we have on your side? What kind of
Being
position
dead.
are we going? Are we going to be slaves working in the mines, or?
I mean, you're proficient archaeomantic researchers, aren't you?
Yes.
Squint.
We have interacted with archaeomantic artificing. We're okay at it.
What exactly were your duties at that facility?
These are bureaucrats.
Hmm.
Damn,
We don't need more
go.
of.
We let the researcher go too.
Hmm.
Yeah, they see some of the research stuff. They have a glancing memory of it and a bit of an understanding of it, but they themselves don't really do much of the labor, and they really just work on coordinating people and moving supply lines. They're just bureaucrats. We have experience in artifice, though. We could be quickly brought to whatever project you need. You do
Do these guys actually seem like they have any idea what they're talking about?
in the way that somebody's like, yeah, in my 20s I was great at basketball when they're 45. They think they could still move and jive with modern artifice, but you doubt they've really kept up the speed on it. And not to mention, you do have a little bit of a security concern with these telepathic suits, so they could just talk to each other or anybody within range, or offload information and thoughts they have to somebody about, your operation.
If you don't have any ideas at the moment, maybe you could have Andariel's dad petrify them until you have a better idea.
I mean, we've got plenty of holding facilities.
Oh, Mina!
Well, yeah. I imagine they wouldn't have great signal in the Underdark.
All you have to do is tell her, yeah, these need psychic blockers on their cell. It will be
Is it
done.
psychic? Is it just psychic? Okay.
Well,
That's not even the holding facility I was talking about. I was talking about throwing in there with you.
with you, the mirror, yes. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, that'll do it.
Ooh.
That will gradually drain their memories and make them husks of their former selves, though.
Jesus.
You knew that already.
Of course he did. He lives there.
No, I'm saying to live. Oh my god.
Look how easily he falls to that.
And I'm the one who set it up.
Yeah, I know.
You did.
And it stabbed me more than it's ever stabbed you. Isn't that just DMing? I'm gonna set this trap.
Them yet.
I'm gonna set this verbal trap for my players. Uh-oh, I've been hit by it more than they have.
It's like
I
watching a
guess-
cartoon where the guy sets down a bunch of rakes and just keeps walking into them.
I guess side of your desk, Connor.
But yeah, we can throw him down there with Mina and tell her she needs to put telepathic blockers over their cells.
Okay.
We just keep them as POWs for now. Maybe ransom them later.
Who's dropping the teleportation circle? Or are you just leaving him in the demiplane for now? Because Mina does not have the means to open the demiplane and get him herself. At least not yet.
Andy's busy.
As long as we'll throw him down there later.
Wait, no, don't leave us. Door closed. Untethered demiplane so they can't escape.
Congratulations, you all have been promoted to interrogatee to POW.
Wait. And at once, as soon as you smudge the rune, silence. Three. So 3 hours in, and Daryl, you complete your list. I'm gonna go ahead and share this with you all in all players' journals. At the very top, here's what you have. Specifically, the evil one there is the pure black electrode I talked about. They had taken some flakes off of it for the research you'd seen. Altruism is almost white. It's like 80% white with a little bit of impurities. So it's not quite the pure white one, but
Forget me not.
Bureaucracy.
and the hazard ones are like
Hold on, wait a second.
Mhm.
Shouldn't the bureaucracy one be like 80% black?
for evil, yes. This specific
Concrete.
you think that and you look at it and you feel the malaise of working like a 9-to-5 job just handling paperwork for your whole life, and you realize that that's the bureaucracy. It's just sorry. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to fill out this form for that. You're gonna have to, but never seeing the end of it, never seeing the benefit of this kind of horse and pony show. Literally just being the arm of an annoyance machine.
All right.
I'll give you all another minute to look.
What are hazard?
Think of like radioactive waste.
Gamma
has-
rays. Let's become Hulk.
Forget me not.
Like the
So
flower.
just. Yeah, I know it's a flower.
The hazards are a danger to be around.
You can be in the same room with them, but if you recall, touching electrite kind of conveys its effect onto you. It would not be wise to touch those with your bare hands, or it'd be wise not to get near, not to touch them directly as best you can with a rod.
Gentlemen, gentle ladies, what we have here is we actually have two large pieces of warp stone.
Okay.
Katir, does anybody want to pick up one and see what kind of raw effects they have?
Zunkiri will pick up the black one.
Zunkiri, roll me a d4. You gain 3 levels of spell slots. As you will see, like, this evil reaches out to corrupt him, finds its same...
Brother!
And he just regains some spell slots.
My friend.
Karen will pick up the blood one with the blood archaeomancy gauntlet. Oh.
I did not remember that.
What is large again? Like the size of like a basketball?
That's a small pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also the size of that living electrite nuke you all had. That's the size large is.
I see. So I'm holding this thing. Oh.
Yeah, you hold it, and you begin to slowly trickle blood from your nose, eyes, and ears. Have you expended your channel divinity?
Channel divinity? I don't think so.
Okay. If you had, you would have gotten it back.
Noted. I'll put it back down. I might have an idea to do something with that later.
Your ship is currently in Dragon Guard, is it not?
I believe so.
I just saw Norman say, "Let's load the stealth one into the ship." I was reminding that you are gonna.
Then we can make a stealth bomber.
Yeah, you're totally not terrorists.
I mean, most people who have stealth bombers are not terrorists.
I know what you all
Well-
would use it for. Do not lie to me and pretend like you all wouldn't try and stealth and drop nukes on every one of your enemies.
So these are all the electrite.
Liv, did you want to pick up
Second
one?
victory is the tower.
Get me not.
I'm intrigued by chestnut.
You want to pick it up?
Sure.
What kind of?
You pick it up and you smell the smell of chestnuts roasting on an open fire. And you all walk.
Candle.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
I'm just staring at the last one, going, "Praise the grandfather."
Okay.
Oh, rot.
Natural one.
Did
Yeah.
she turn into
So
a chestnut?
So Katira normally has this long, kind of oily-looking black hair.
Oh god damn it!
It now
Next
is
woman.
very coily, chestnut brown, and puffy.
Oh, that's right. Her hair did grow when she got revived. Or no, it didn't. It just has the brown patches in it. Let me
Right.
repost.
It
her-
is full chestnut now.
I'm just gonna kind of touch my hair.
Your hair's never been coily before as an elf. It's an odd sensation.
It was never coily when before I was an elf either.
Before you were Shadar Kai, you were still an elf.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I was not curly then either. It was
Exactly. That's what
wavy.
I'm saying. This is entirely new.
We're getting closer to the original color, though.
It'll be easier to just lighten this up a little and we'll be fine.
I'm just gonna kind of pull one of the curls so it's long enough to look at it. This is actually very close to my natural color. Let it go, and it just springs back.
Boing.
I don't know if I like that though. I'll put it down.
Silver, was there one you wanted to pick up and see its effect?
I see the forget-me-not, and I also see the cyber. I do not want to. I was like, what does a forget-me-not do? Does it make you remember something, or does it make you actually forget? Hello?
I hear you.
Mhm.
I'm trying not to pressure you into picking one or the other. But in fairness, your DM's over here licking his lips with evil intent to see which ones you all pick up.
I think the bureaucracy one is kind of funny.
You want to pick it up?
I mean, I have a little tech on me. I'll touch the cyber.
Okay. You touched the
Uh-oh.
large cyber one.
Oh no.
Roll me a
Welcome back,
Constitution
Agate.
saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Boop. 22. Just for safety, I'll put in my last flash of genius to get that 26.
You manage to put it down before it starts its effect then. As you feel your armor start to tighten and grow into your body. Your armor was starting to
Uh-huh.
fuse into you. Not too dissimilar from the array of people. It was about to integrate you all as one and the same as it. You were going to be a lot more like Morgana if it had gone through.
Beep boop. One of us. One of us.
Oh, who's that League of Legends character?
Victor.
Mhm.
Victor. I was turning into Victor.
Oh god.
Victor Nation. How we feeling?
I'm sorry to Silver. What?
Oh, God. Anybody else want to touch one? Who hasn't touched one? And
He
Ariel.
wants to try the forget-me-not.
And Ariel.
Yeah.
Everybody else has touched one. Except for Morgana.
Andy does not have that level of
Mhm.
curiosity.
She doesn't?
Not when it comes to this bullshit, no.
I feel like especially if she's hesitated this long, she would see the other weird shit happening and go,
You remember what fucked up island she's from?
Fair enough. She does have a bit of a history with magic crystal. She's like, I'm a big fan of touching those.
I'm good.
Yeah, especially seeing the blood one.
And,
Blood for
you
the
know,
blood god, blood for the
the
blood.
hazard ones that you asked about.
Yeah, those
You just want to
definitely...
turn the hazard ones into bombs.
Hazard ones definitely give you like flashbacks to the fucking Jotun blood. If you're home, you're like, I'm not gonna get these anywhere near me again. And then you identified a second one.
Like, yay, we've got 2.
Nagasaki and
Push
Hiro-
with stick.
Does Morgana want to touch one?
Explodes.
Jane.
It's calling to you.
Everybody else is distracted. Nobody could jump in to
Shane.
stop you.
Your inner rat's calling to you.
I have two options here. I have the meme option, and I have the one Morgana actually interested in option.
What are they?
The meme option would be Morgana takes both of the concrete ones and holds them out like Willem Dafoe. And then the one she is actually interested in grabbing is the blood one.
So you see Karen put it down, and you could approach that one, or you could go pick up 2 fucking concretes, baby.
Concrete.
That's concrete, baby. All right, well, in that order. That's concrete, baby.
You open up both the concretes. Pick them
Hold
both
on.
up. Did you say hold on, Fergus?
Yeah. There you
Morgana, can you give me a Constitution saving throw? At disadvantage. Because you're holding 2 of them.
go.
Disadvantage or con save?
Yep.
Got all these pop-ups on my screen. Get the fuck out my
I
way,
feel like he's
Lars.
turning into a statue.
Oh, disadvantage. Hold on. Let me roll it again. 25.
You do feel some petrification coming on. You manage to shake it off, and instead you just have like this concrete plating on you now, and you look much like a stone golem, or like you are living inside a stone golem and then broke out. You are also, your feet are incredibly heavy, and your speed is reduced by 15. A concrete cigarette appears in your mouth.
That's concrete.
You place them back in their containers and close them back.
Uh,
The concrete turns to powder and falls off you before disappearing.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
What you doing?
Don't
Here
do
picks
it.
up the hat. Here picks up the hazard one.
Oh, okay. I thought you were to pick up altruism. I was like, I don't want to see what happens. That's
I need a
Matter and antimatter meeting right now is probably not in our best interest.
That's your hazard. If you pick up the altruism one, you saw the evil one's like, oh yes, let me recharge you. Pick up altruism. You pick up the hazard one. Give me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage, because it's just like the worst one to touch. 22. Okay.
15.
18.
15.
Oh, I was like,
Disadvantage, you said.
right. I did just say that, and I forgot immediately.
You know what?
It's okay, buddy.
Give me a luck point on that one.
You gonna take the 22 then?
We stay
Just
lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, you take half of this. Take 6 necrotic damage as you see your, well,
So I take 3.
yeah. You all see his skin. The more I'm about to describe this, the less out of the ordinary it seems. His skin begins to rot and peel off of his body, just like radiation sickness. You see, what was previously a sort of healthy-looking body now looks like it is caught in the aftermath of a nuclear attack.
Sounds on brand.
And you sit it down, plug it back in. These are all in their own little containers to keep them safe while being dropped in the silo.
Andy's just sitting there looking at all of you touch these random things, and she's like, "Oh, fucking Christ!"
This is unclear with the hazard one.
Not the Fushigi.
Yep.
Morgana did turn and look straight at you like that, Endero.
Going,
The Willem Dafoe look.
Connor,
Yes.
Karen approaches
down.
the grass one.
Okay.
Good idea. He takes out a blunt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
He holds it to the grass one.
He has found the enhanced booth.
So we'll either enhance it or make it, or create an infinite money glitch.
Roll me a d20. On a 1 to 10, nothing happened. Nothing good. Nothing good happened. 11 to 20.
16.
You take this. It's no longer a roach. You've got a fucking ant in your fingers.
Yes.
You touch it to it. You see it kind of sizzle in a little green fire. And then you see a sprig start to sprout up through the flames. Buds forming.
Good.
Do you stop it from growing?
No.
You all lose the grass electrite as the roots dig into it. It is now unable to be separated from your magic booth.
I have enhanced my magic booth.
Yes.
Infinite booth with
Stuber booth.
You spent 10,000 gold on Booth.
Yes, I did. Worth every fucking penny.
I'm not addicted, bro. I just spent most of my paycheck on it, bro. I'm not addicted, bro.
Can you immediately pluck some ready to like within a minute, ready to harvest? You immediately harvest it, and you're ready. You can go roll this right now.
I have infinite magic booth.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Does it grow more? Does it grow more of the plant, or is it growing like
Joint.
roaches off of it?
Is it growing a blunt?
It's growing.
Pre-roll.
You know what? It's growing pre-rolled blunts.
Now, you said this was magic.
Mhm.
Did I just? All right.
You pluck one,
Sniff.
and you.
Sniff.
That's some gourmet shit right there, Karen. There's only one way to be sure, though.
Damn, Jimmy.
He's going to hold
Gourmet
this up.
shit.
Brought to you straight from the Feywild. He lights it up right there.
In the room with all the electrite.
No. I changed my mind. I gotta go back down to the
For a moment, Karen peers through the mask of Caleb and has a thought. Hang on.
there you go.
Let me step out.
I'm gonna go and lounge about in the kitchen. Probably eat most of your food.
Oh no,
I'm gonna go hotbox in the kitchen.
Karen, we will starve.
Not even a minute later, just a hail of smoke just flies through the room.
Karen, roll me a d10,000.
Yes.
One we will starve. Took me out.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I did 10. I got 10
That's
blunts.
good.
No,
I was going to
just
ask you to roll another one. I'm just going to take those first two.
Cool.
Uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and... So you're going to get the choice of which one goes off. That's the buff this crystal's giving you. I'm going to go ahead and post the first one. Chances are you're not going to pick it.
I'm just chilling.
Let me just...
I'm just a
So
chill
that's
guy.
1061.
What's the second one?
Huh?
What fucking table is this?
What the fuck? Wow,
Libra, net Librams, baby.
Uber wild magic.
And here's
surge.
1217.
He lights up another blunt.
So you have a choice of which one of those you want this effect to go off of.
No.
So on the first one, you have a 90% chance you just get high. On the second one, the next time you light up, you will be permanently disfigured.
He has to switch back.
Just back to the beginning of the campaign, baby.
It's
Ugly Karen returns.
The real end game all along. Was
It's
to
only
get
a
back to
10%
ugly
chance.
Karen.
It is your choice. There will be no walking it back, though, if you hit that first one.
Ugh. I want to say disfigured. What are we talking?
Permanently, severely disfigured.
It doesn't say
Okay.
severely.
I'm saying severely.
Oh. All right. Well, then, if you're just gonna change the bullshit, how about if it fucks me up, how about I just get it scraped off and I use regenerate?
It's wild magic. It's permanently. You're gonna have a scar from. You're gonna have a burn scar somewhere.
You're gonna look like Rakarth, dog. No women are gonna look at your ugly ass.
Tragedy.
The MILF Hunters days are over.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, well, rule. Never mind.
Mm?
Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it.
I'm all ears.
Don't be
Uh,
deafen.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll take the second one since you're so hell bent on this.
This is the same table I've rolled for each of your boofings.
Okay. You okay? I mean, like the one other time I used the magic one without you doing that for me.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I will also clarify. The disfigurement is not head to toe burn scar.
You seem heavily headed on it being so severe.
I feel I should clarify. It's not a minor scar. Like it's a thing that's noticeable, but you're not like half your face is burnt off.
All right. Here's my rebuttal.
Hold on.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
All right, Connor, check your DMs.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Friend, I need some advice. Me eating ice cream for breakfast. You came to the right person.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So Connor, here's my rebuttal. You said the next time I set a fire, so the next time I'm going to start a booth, some place on me is going to be burnt.
Some place, yes.
Do you choose that?
I have an idea that I think would be funny, but I'm welcome your
And you say this is going to be powered by wild magic, correct?
yes.
All right. So I'm going to counter your fuckery with more fuckery because that always works.
Why not arms race?
Yeah. So what if I just feed that to the magic fucking hole in my stomach?
The boof?
No. That's no.
The fire.
Yeah, the fire.
Hmm.
Like,
Permanent
all right,
Permanent Taco Bell butt.
I'm old. I already have that.
So you'd have another D20, 1 to 10. You just have the burn on your stomach. 11 to 20, you pass that magic bomb off to the fucking Lord of the Hells that gave you the boon.
18. Hey, Femithorax. Think fast, chuckle nuts. Fire in the hole. I hold my gut.
A little wild magic flare goes off, and before it hits you, you open up your fucking gut maw and swallow it. You feel a vague rumbling in your stomach of the explosion. Amethyrax now has a giant fucking burn scar across his face. Despite being a flame serpent and regenerative.
Like, what the fuck was that? I eye this boof with suspicion and derision, and then I look at the rest of the plant. Oh no!
You gotta. This thing is about as thick as when you first rolled that one. And you know how long that one lasted you. This thing's got at least 8 on it, and the one you plucked it from is already flowering up to produce another one.
Oh no! What do I call this? Was I put it in my inventory?
You can name it, bud, as long as it's not angel dust.
Infinite boof, infinite fey boof.
You pull out and like the roots of all like up in the electrite. It almost looks like an inverted staff, like a long stem with these things hanging off of it, and then the crystal ball.
Gandalf!
For shits and giggles, you can invert it and wield it like a staff.
It's my walking stick now just has a boof like right now.
Here,
this is so stupid.
Random citizen, take this. Pluck. It'll make you feel better.
I think I've finally made something accidentally worse than the deck of many things. This is disgusting. Alright, I'm gonna find... I know goddamn well this was a tower. Hang on. Hey man, Daryl's dad, forget your name.
Abther. He's in the kitchen just
Abther,
staring you down, smoke up his room. Desperately trying to make something to eat.
Are you just eating? What did he make? What do the stay-home dad make?
Grilled cheese.
Do you use American cheese for that?
I use goat cheese because that's what I have.
Sit down, you plebeian.
He said,
You got any spare staves?
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna make you something actually good, and I'm gonna need one of those.
Sure.
All right,
He
I'm gonna
summons up
use the
a
good.
basic ass staff with a little amethyst stuck on the top with no magic effect.
Okay, I'll walk over and flick off the amethyst. Just toink! And I'll make him a good grilled cheese with tomato soup.
You perhaps the magic move munchies hit him because as soon as he takes a bite, for the first time you see a smirk start to come over his face when Indario isn't in the room.
All right, now
He's
I'm
lost
going
in
to
the Ratatouille dream, and then he looks at you and that's all right, and then immediately goes back to it. He is lost.
He's lost in the sauce. Got it. All right. Now, since this thing appears to like to take root, I'm going to put it at the top of the staff where the this used to be.
It coils around, and you now have this like potified staff.
My real relic. I made this one too. So dumb.
Please use it as a casting focus.
Can I?
It's an arcane focus. You'd have to be a wizard to use it.
No,
Rules
I'm
as
not a
written.
wizard. Hey, wait, druids have staves. This is the same
Yes,
thing.
you can. You could use it as a casting focus if you want.
Thank you.
Thank
Staff
you.
of the
Yeah.
Thank you. Staff of the Fey booth. This
Raider
is dumb, but I
Dankry.
love it. This is quarter staff moment. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I caused the most damage.
To yourself.
Yes.
So to take
And
the in the case
And me.
in the
Not
odds.
Ontario. Me.
So if you had rolled a 1061, it would have been an It's a Wonderful Life moment. Suddenly, everything else progressed, but Karen had never been there for anybody outside of the tower. The who? The what? Your own god would have said, "Who are you?"
Precisely.
Zonkiri could have
free.
done some Tiamancy to get you back, but it probably
Wait, that's
cost-
how Karen should. Hang on, Karen gets like, wait, I'm free.
just start doing backflips in the kitchen, one after the other.
Can you feel a brand new day? I'm free. I'm free.
But yes, I would have had like a small electrite time arcamancy undo the fuckery you did.
No.
But I wanted to hold that back as you were deciding on your consequences.
Consequences. I am if I have the power.
So, Morgana, you said you wanted to touch the blood one.
Yes.
An hour ago.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
We
You
went on it.
you go to pick it up, and your twin hearts immediately thrum in your chest enough to kind of stagger you for a second. And you catch your breath. You are breathing. You recall the effect the flesh electrite had on you. This one seems to be mimicking it. Specifically, that So the specifics of what's happening is your little regeneration life fluid. There's blood fusing into there, and then getting multiplied by it, and it's just kind of starting a cascade, or it's just biology explosion on you. You're becoming organic. That's the word. And you feel your heart beating like very hard to circulate all this. Your blood pressure is through the roof. Bubble, 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 bubble. Do you do anything? Do you put it down? Do you keep holding it?
He'll turn to any other fleshy individuals in the room. This is what you feel all the time.
Oh, yes, it's horrible.
You feel a headache for the first time.
Drop.
Dunk. You then proceed to like immediately just like blood falls out of you like water.
Well, that's not normally part of it.
And then
It's not.
that's his
For most
radiation
of us,
damage.
no. Is it just like coming out of her pores?
No, it just immediately all dropped out of her. As soon as she dropped it, like all the like organic movement that she's been taking just immediately dropped out of her system. Like it had phased through her almost, just sploosh. You all are then able to pick up the blood and put it back in its container.
I wonder.
With what, a ladle?
No, the blood crystal.
Oh, the
With what
like we're just
ladle?
gonna scoop it up off the floor.
Scoop, 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 scoop.
That's usually how I get mine back in.
A large
You
funnel,
are
a syringe, and industrial
you-
adhesive.
You are not the rule. You are the exception.
Death becomes him.
So tell me, Ernest.
I'm having ideas.
I figured you would with 20 new soft magic fuses. Reminder,
So,
those large ones are the size that I said could significantly damage a city for a long... They're your nukes, but not quite
Yeah.
as... Not quite the, 50-year recovery of normal radiation.
yeah.
Unless maybe you drop the evil one. That might permanently
That might-
alter somewhere.
Be a little evil.
I feel like that rot one is very bio weapon.
Yeah. Yeah. Drop the altruism nuke.
No, man. I've seen what happens when the Hesmalian descends.
Does anybody want to pick up the altruism one?
No.
Okay.
Not particularly.
I think the other one just might be safe to pick it up is silver. Maybe Katera.
Did anybody else want to pick up the evil electrolyte?
No.
I'm good.
Morgana?
Wait, Silver, what are you about to do?
No, thanks.
Hey, Con.
Silver, what are
Hey.
you about to
I
do?
mean,
Yes, so
I've already touched the cyber. I'm still curious on what forget me not means here, but I'm not gonna touch another crystal.
Dude, you've already picked that one up like twice.
What?
Yeah.
It was a joke.
Oh, got it.
A good joke, but a
Just
joke.
a little silly is all.
You can hear how much it's tickled him in that giggle.
I have another giggle, mate.
So Fergus,
Yeah.
what was your question?
Oh, if we took a large piece of black electrite and a large piece of like actually not off-white altruism, but white good electrite, and put them together.
They would erase each other. You would just have like stone, granite on
Okay,
your fingers.
hold on. Hear me out here.
Mhm.
You know what a sphere of annihilation is?
Yes.
You know what a talisman of the sphere is?
No, I don't.
It's a talisman used to have better control over a sphere of annihilation, basically.
Okay.
It helps you balance out the void of nothingness that the sphere of annihilation is.
I follow so far.
If the evil or if the black and the white meet each other and just completely completely destroy each other, would it be possible to punch a sphere of annihilation into reality or create a talisman of the sphere?
Yeah.
Who let this man cook?
I'd say so. You just have to be just raw slapping them together would annihilate them. With some careful archaeomancy, you could absolutely cause that.
Yeah, obviously. Fun fact, actually, spheres of annihilation are all contained by a sort of invisible magical cocoon that keeps them from expanding. If you somehow break that cocoon, the hole just kind of keeps ripping itself open until something stops it.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Considering that there are holes in the multiverse, yes.
Hmm.
I think canonically, every sphere of annihilation is technically the same sphere of annihilation. It's just a hole.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, that was my idea for now. I've got a few others, like what I think it was either Silver or Morgana said about putting the stealth one on the ship.
Yeah.
It was not me.
And Dario. And then they pointed out that it is far away from you all at the moment. So let's say this took about half an hour to round out what Silver was doing. So you all have been here for about 4 hours.
We can think of some things.
Say that again?
I said we can think of some things, I'm sure.
You can think of something. Yeah, yep. This is there for you. I was gonna put this in y'all's electrite roster, but putting it all in the inventory was a lot, and I really only expect you all to get a few more in this campaign until you heisted it.
Alrighty. Well, that takes care of that. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Karen walks out of a wall of smoke, almost like an Elden Ring boss. Well, wearing the full Gandalf get up. Yes, let's go.
It smells horrible in there.
Yes.
You all see Abther almost face down in this tomato soup. He's still eating, but he is in a rapture. He's also moving incredibly slow.
Remind me to tell you about my friend Ben's
Wait,
good
what
ass
happened to him?
story.
He got
He took some
hotboxed.
boof.
He got AoE'd by my booth.
It's just stinking cloud.
Boofing cloud.
Yeah, bad skunk smell.
That would be a funny spell to give Karen. Boofing cloud. Everybody in it. Do 10,000.
I mean, I could start just taking things off and hand them to random people, going, "Here, citizen, have a toe."
This is where the after school specials come from. You're just the pride in after school specials.
I hold it up like a villain.
Get it?
Trying to get kids to smoke
Get it?
weed.
This will be fun.
All right. Well, I think that's it for today.
Because you all had woken up and then done it, so it was.
That's usually what Andy and Morgana do.
Hey-oh!
Oh,
Just walk out my screen.
speaking of which, can somebody contact Mina and let her know we've got some POWs to send to her?
Sure. Soon to have incoming POWs.
Make sure she knows that they're going to need telepathy blockers.
Telepathy blocking, please. Keep them alive. You want them comfortable or just alive?
Relatively comfortable. We might be able to make use of their cybernetics later.
Semi-comfortable.
Her only response is, how many?
How many?
5.
5.
Understood. Ready when you are. She is standing by for whenever you send them over.
All right.
presumably soon.
Andy will send them over immediately.
Okay. You drop the teleportation circle, and as you peer through it, you see there are 5 Shadowhound attack dogs that immediately dive them to the ground. She walks up and puts on collars on each of them, attaches a chain to them, and starts bringing them down the hallway. The people, not the dogs.
Naturally. Mina would never put her dogs on leashes.
Of course not. What's the point of having that huge ass property if they can't roam free?
Exactly.
These Shadowhounds are like pit bulls named Princess on crack. Like, these things are large-sized creatures. And they do huff and pant like Princess pit bulls. And then you see she drags them down the hall. They are contained.
All right.
So, what are y'all up to now in Napthor's tower? His nose is in the soup.
I'm gonna go make sure my father doesn't drown in tomato soup.
You lean over and he's slowly lapping up the soup with the grilled cheese in his hand.
An iron grip.
Yes, that is the only thing. He's like, most of his body's limp, except he's gripped onto the sandwich, and he's barely keeping above the tomato soup water.
All right. I'm going to bed. Good night, Father.
No response.
By the way, Kieran did. In case he does polish off that bowl, there is just an amount of Tupperware in whatever he has that has for a fridge.
So excited for somebody to come in the middle of the night and see Abther crawling across the floor towards the Tupperware.
Like a god zombie.
We take grass off our list because he boofed it.
Connor, take it off the list.
I shall do so.
Thanks.
No need.
I still
I take it
updated
you
there.
translated all of that into our actual storage.
I'm almost done. I just have small ones left.
Gotcha.
On the first one, I did go ahead and change it over to Super Boof Plant. I also had started color coding them, and I didn't want to do that for each one of these and fill it all out. So I was like, fuck it. Also, obviously, hexadecimal's there to the left of them. Cyber is actually a hot pink. That's the only one that doesn't have one. There is no pink text color in
What?
the in the handout text. There was no pink. And you could do it in your draw tool, but it uses a different palette for there. And there's no. I mean, I guess you could do the very light red one, but
He's not saying that there isn't a hex color that exists that is pink. He's saying it's not available as an option for text color.
Ah, that makes sense.
sorry for the confusion.
All right, roster's been updated.
Coolio. Heck yeah. Well, the grass one didn't even get to be put on there anymore. Not even marked where it is. Damn shame.
As if it was never there, 10%.
The staff of
Is that it?
Boofocles.
Because I was still editing it when you put it on there, so my edit overrode yours.
Oh no, I put it on the other one.
Oh.
The Frey cache one, I just crossed it out with strike through. And I can go ahead and delete that Freywick cache one now, though. Unless anybody really feels like they want to go look at the hexadecimals. In which case, I'll leave it. Going, gone.
All right, so probably get back to the ship. I don't imagine that the Dragon God are going to like it just hanging out there for too long.
Likely not.
And we're going to need to get up into space to deal with the laser at some point, as well as meet up
Well,
with
we have that stealth one. We could attach it to the ship and then sneak our way to the station.
True.
I imagine some of you are probably going to want to take some sort of rest as well. I don't know how much I don't remember how much you spent from the. Whatever. I just know
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Give me an hour and I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. I had recalled Silver saying he had one more flash genius, which I think he spent on something. I don't.
I believe he said he spent it earlier.
But I just wanted to throw out there for plans.
Yeah. So how about this for the plan right now? Rest up at Apter's Tower, go back to Dragondar, get our ship. Probably head back to Moonwatch. Let everyone there know what's going on with Freywick right now. You might be able to take advantage of that. Install the stealth electrite on the ship. And then do we want to do the vampires before or after we do
After. I think we have a much more limited time to get to the space station than 11 days.
You're probably right. Alright, so how does that sound, everybody?
Works for me.
Sounds good.
I'm good with it.
Okay.
Right. And that is what we will start doing, Connor.
Okay, so you're starting with the rest. Long rest, short rest.
Long rest.
Assuming nobody's going to take watch because you're in the Wizard's Tower.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're good.
Any last things to do before you go to rest? Speak to Abs
Nope.
or go to any rooms? Nothing? Last
I
call.
don't think Athos
Okay.
up to talking to anybody right now.
That's fair.
He's stone cold on the floor.
You could try to talk to him. He won't say much.
Those who
I
keep
could
back
force
in.
him
He's
st-
managed to dodge the bowl of soup and he's now cheek resting on the counter.
I could force him to be sober again, but why would I?
Why would I deprive him of such an experience?
You saw what Zankiri did to him just the other day. He needed this.
Alright. Well, if nobody has anything else, you all head to bed in your barracks, or in the case of Andariel and Morgana, Andy's room. I believe last time you also hid the rune from Zunkiri successfully. I'm assuming you're going to do so again this time.
Correct.
Give me a
Good
little
call.
sleight of hand. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
Sorry, I didn't know if I was being a little too lax with it. And Zunkiri, what's your passive perception?
18.
Okay.
Yeah, he sees it.
Alright. If you were still holding on to that thread of mischief, you clock said bedroom rune.
Cool.
And you all go to sleep. Before you mark long rest, you get a short rest in. 2 hours in, Zonkir, you were woken up by a sending stone from Yexum.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Sir, there's some disturbance in the shield above our fort. Something is going down.
All right. Describe it to me.
There, the magical bubble above our that encompasses Moonwatch above us. It is a hole. It seems to be like it's thinning or being burned, and there's something. There's something falling towards it.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
As about the time you finish responding with that, this doesn't really carry the sounds of the ambient environment well, but you hear a sound of Yexum exasperated. We've been hit! Mayday!
Oh shit.
The terrorists have been terrorists.
Oh no.
Where should we go? What's your plan? How do I get everyone out of here? You hear him fall, and you hear you hear the sound of him slamming up against a wall and the wind being driven from him.
Yaxa!
Sir. And oopsie, his hit.
There is gasping coming through. He has not quite regained the chance to make a word.
Oh shit, Muffin!
Run, Muffin!
Swim, Muffin!
We'll be there in a minute.
Why are you beating me? What did I do to you?
By the way, pictures on Carrie says that, then clap, clap, and everybody's eyes shoot open.
All right, everyone, we've got a minor issue, it would seem.
You're all able to take the benefits of a short rest.
All right. So I guess I'm using teleportation circle again.
Yeah, probably. It would seem that someone's attacked the fort. Or Moonwatch. Kind of hard to tell.
I am out of chalk now.
You know where Athlete's
Portal.
supply room is. You are not out of chalk.
Oh, how far?
She'll go pick up like 5 more uses then.
You see like a crate full of it. You choose to take only 5.
Sometimes I try to pull this one.
I can rob them blind.
Okay. I just wanted to put it in front of you, if you wanted to. You
Alright,
take
I'll
5
pick
more uses.
more then.
It's up to you. Hey, it's your fantasy dad. You steal from him as much as you want.
All right. So we're heading back to Fort Nix.
It's a minute cast time on teleportation circle.
Yep.
And your all's teleportation circle lands you in your central building, I believe. I think that's where yours is. Like, this one here. As soon as you all jump in, you hear, like, the whistling, the... noise peaking is not going to pick that up. You hear the whistling.
Whoosh.
Picture like any action movie. You see missiles drop the whistle, pitch lowering, boom, and you see your yard being blown up. Beatrice and Clyde are going nuts in their kennel. What was the name of what was the name of the donklet?
Oh god, what was the dauntless name? Hang on, bio. Is it in here? Fuck, where is it? I don't see it here. Tragedy.
Well, there's his token.
Hmm.
They're losing their mind. Said Donklet is trying to calm them down. Now with a fully grown adult voice. Mother, father, please, calm down.
No, this is awful.
As you all left right at the tail end of him getting mentally matured.
What was that just hit our yard?
As you all step out, you see that there are large craters in your yard as these missiles being dropped from orbit are impacting Fort Nix, and you see similar to how Yexum was describing, there is something burning a hole in this archaeomancy bubble.
Well, that's not good.
You see a large amount of it washing over the bubble, but something of a high enough concentration is poking through just enough to get at your fort. As in, the full effects of the main laser are not on it.
But we're in the radiation zone.
If you went outside of Moonwatch, walking, yes. For now, the bubble is protecting most of the effects. There's just a small burr hole being sent in to drop payloads in on you. The anti-magic isn't getting through. It's just opening it up enough that the shield that protects Moonwatch is not able to stop any projectiles they're dropping on you. Which means your island is not falling from the sky. There are many more currently falling. I need to change up the Watch Together music. This is not quite the tone. Not quite what I was going for. I thought that was going to have like a Doom soundtrack thing, but...
Hey, give it a second.
Okay.
Yeah, well, maybe not for this one.
Oh, reliable then. You all are being carpet bombed. I'm going to put us in initiative. There are no enemies to kill here.
Do we need to go back to our ship and get our asses up there and take care of this little issue?
Well, your ship is still in Drakengard, and you all just teleported here.
Yeah.
Your family is here.
The amount of time that would take would they'd probably just obliterate the island.
Yes.
All right. We could start moving the island.
Those rituals take time.
I'm gonna try Divine Intervention real quick.
Okay. Did you
Or
not use
strike.
that in Freywick?
No.
Okay.
I think he used it with the cave, but it didn't work. So
Yeah, I tried. So then,
My token not work.
I'll say you didn't get your channel divinity back with the blood one. I'll give you back your divine intervention, especially because it didn't go off. You get your attempt back.
okay. Let's see. Let's see before I describe it. Nope, never mind.
You attempt to stop it.
Anyone else got any other ideas?
few.
What is the best thing we can do from down here?
You are on the island that is getting bombed. Your
Right.
main priority is likely your friends and family who are here and worried about getting firebombed.
Well, for starters, get everyone into the wall.
Yep. Getting them there. Go ahead and I need to see how many turns it's gonna take for y'all to get there. If what it's hit. Where's it there? Okay. If you all wouldn't mind just rolling initiative for my tracking purposes.
Well, my token not work right.
Mm,
There's no health bar.
I don't know. There you go.
Bomb.
Bomba.
Shane.
What?
You stay, I go. No.
So start with
Woo.
I mean, we do have the with the Iron Defender.
you do also have Indariel's Shield Guardian. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, thank you. I could not remember the name of that thing for the life of me.
Slap that thing with a fucking electrite and send it to the sky to Iron Giant.
Super bad.
Let me go ahead and drop the bomb you all walked in on.
It's not a good option, but it is an option.
And you go away.
Just put that.
This. What I want. Those.
Remind me, how did the spell generator we have with? What?
Spell generator is the one that is maintaining the undead around the fort.
I know that part, but how did what goes into it makes it undead?
What makes it undead or makes it work? Sorry, I gotta
What makes you slot in shells or spells?
Basically, you just cast a spell on it.
Yep.
All
It doesn't have any
up
electrite
to-
in it. It's just big.
Up to what level?
Third, I think.
This one is third. The one on the ship is 6.
Third. Let's see here. And is there any way to direct that? Or is it just like a complete like semicircle like over the base?
It's
Could
pretty much
silver
a
make it-
sphere, a radius emanating from there through your island. It's just
Okay.
kind of at the moment it's just kind of pulse to re-up controlling the undead. And Daryl, yes. Go ahead and launch your Eldritch Blasts.
I asked another question in Discord.
Oh. Total 24. I'm assuming that you're aiming them all at the same one until it blows up and then aiming to
Yeah.
another. Okay. 24, you prevent one of them from dropping on the next round. The 12 will not hit. Alright. Anybody else want to try anything? This is kind of a group initiative, what you all want to do together, and then moving, and then I drop after you all are done, back and forth, rather than a strict.
Katira will probably start dashing to get everybody aware, like letting all of the civilians know what the plan is to get down to the vault and where to go, and that she's gonna alert everyone and then go open it.
Okay. Penny, enough. Lay down.
Brother.
Go. Lay down.
Brother.
Lay down. Sorry, she was digging in my carpet again.
So they basically bore a small hole in the field and are just lobbing bombs through it.
Yes, at the moment.
How far away is this hole?
It's in the sky, like it is a few 100 feet above you. If you recall, the governess put this big archaeomantic shell around the city.
Yeah.
It's that one that they're tunneling through.
Perhaps I could consume a few soul coins and make a huge, like, air vent to launch anything that tries to go through it out of it.
As I was telling Andariel, any archaeomancy would take at least 10 minutes to set up and ritual. But entirely possible.
What is the bombs? Are they like missiles or?
Yeah, so like a missile dropped vertically on you all for 48 fire and 48 bludgeoning. Ignore the attack roll on them. I don't think I can turn that around.
How many are
yes, I
being
can.
dropped per round?
3. Well, I can add some variability. I can make it a D4 plus.
Just minor curiosity. I know there was talk of a spell field around the fort. How does that actually work with certain spells?
So specifically, the spell field you all had, you went to a specialist. They inscribed a spell on it for you, and then it just has been repeatedly casting it on the fort. You all did have another one before this that was in storage, but I don't remember what it was at this point. It was like beginning of the campaign.
Remove curse was the first one we had on there. I
No,
remember we were clearing the were rats.
That was after. I mean, when you first set this thing up in the beginning of the campaign, you had a something. I thought it was some sort of divination spell, but I could be wrong. I'm talking
so.
like. I may be thinking of the person who built it for you, what hers was set to. I think that was it.
And is there a way to change the spell?
If you had another one on standby that you'd made, yes. But there isn't a way to just cast a spell on it and change it.
Right. Okay.
Alright. So Katira's running to help move people along. Katira, if you will give me an acrobatics or athletics check to maneuver through and help people along.
Yep. 23.
Okay.
How large are the missiles?
They're huge size objects.
Does the missile know where it is?
It does because it knows where it isn't. And by subtracting where it
heavy are
isn't from where it is,
Is the missile very tired?
it's very EP.
How heavy are they?
Good question. I hadn't thought about the weight. I mean, at least a few 100 pounds. I mean, they're solid metal with explosives loaded to the brim in them.
They're huge.
Yeah. Oh, there are weight classes for those already set up. Right?
I mean, it's kind of for creatures. It also kind of doesn't apply to things that are weird shapes. You know, a missile's not exactly a humanoid shape. It can be 15 feet long and like 2 feet wide.
Yeah. Let's call it 350 pounds, unless that sounds astronomically high or low. I'm not particularly familiar with the weight of missiles.
Be anywhere from like. What's 200 kilograms?
I only speak in burgers and stadiums, sir.
Yeah, can be anywhere from like 350-ish pounds to some of the stuff America's got, which is like several tons.
Bomba.
I think the Tomahawk
Also,
missile.
you keep saying missile, and most likely they're bombs.
Yeah, I mean, I am picturing the shape of a missile, but it is just dropped. Though
These are made in a bomb.
the idea was they were orbital ones that had an engine on them to launch them at incredible speeds downward, kind of surprise bombard people.
How large is the hole they got bored into the thing?
Large, about the radius of your fort. Like the map you are on now is basically the size of it.
Wow. Governance really sucks.
This is their main anti-archaeomantic laser, and it is only purchasing a hole. None of the destroy your magic item stuff is getting through.
They focused the whole ass laser on our ass? God
Yes,
damn.
they spent 6 hours moving the main laser to focus down on you all.
I don't think they like us.
You did just steal almost 9 million gold worth of assets from them.
Yeah, we did kind of tell them we did it.
Yes.
Did I? Oops! Did I give us a calling card? Woo!
That was on Carrie literally did.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you
I am
Wouldn't
the
you?
infamous.
Why
Oh,
would you?
right. Oh, right.
He did his spiel.
I barely remember anything that happened.
Did he only
Like
do
it
the
was last
spiel
year.
to the people we in prison?
No, he did to that one guy he let run away.
And said, go tell
Oh,
Lars.
that part. I was thinking when I said who's ready to get weird, then shout over the entire fucking- Remember when Karen and then he Karen all over everything?
Did Kieran really say? Did he really say who wants to get weird then drop his earthquake?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I've got some funny ass shit. It doesn't. I mean, it works technically as well as Eldritch Blasting them does.
There are 2 more that you would have to take out to have nothing
think
happen
part-
next round.
So the spell I have targets up to 5 creatures.
Okay.
Featherfall.
No, I'm not gonna.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Say objects or creatures.
It says creatures, but so does Eldritch Blast.
Yes, I know. We're kind of brushing over that part of the Eldritch Blast, but you cannot feather fall them. Nice try, though.
Oh, it would be funny.
I can fly and I got super zoom eyes. Could I like predict where one of them's coming down and just, you know,
Hit it head on?
a little bit? Maybe not head on.
Ram it and change its trajectory so it hits the healthy part of the shield.
Well, by the time you all are getting to them, they're already through the hole. It's just diverting them onto the farmland and stuff below you all, if you want to make it dodge.
I would like to use my Ring of Telekinesis.
Okay.
It's fully within the weight of
Yep.
being able to grab it, so I'm just going to grab one of them and slam it into the second.
That works too.
How much can you move them per turn?
30 feet? Yeah, 30 feet.
They are not within 30 feet of each other. If you look at the blast sites on your map alone, they're not
Okay.
launching that close to you. You could grab one and push it away from the fort easily.
I have an
You couldn't
idea.
slam it into the other.
Morgana will fly up much higher,
Mm-hmm.
push one closer to the trajectory of another, and Zankiri will clap them together when they get closer. Synergy.
What's your move speed, Morgana? What's your flying
Uh,
speed?
I'm pretty sure it's 90 feet with the wings on. Let me check.
Okay. So you do have a
I feel
decent-
like shooting one.
60 feet, and
Your gun
I-
would turn it into dust, so it is a good idea.
I have a fly speed of 60 feet.
I also don't have I don't have people here, so
You're also
order my
you're also like a makeshift AA gun. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's your chance.
I will join you in shooting
I
them.
will-
However, every shot is fucking like 3,000 gold.
I'll order my robots in the base to grab my stuff from my room.
You only have the
And
3 robots at the moment, right?
I have the 3 replacement robots. I also have those 2 combat robots that you never gave me stats for, so I have 5 robots.
Can you,
Actually, or is it 4? I can't remember. It was Verde, Rubre, and the ones that I created.
right?
Or
I know the 3
the
like
big one.
landscapers.
Yeah. Those were the landscapers, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I had 3 landscapers, and I also took those 2 combat ones from.
Real quick. Right a bit before I run off to help the Donklet, who I remember his name is Murphy.
You did name.
And yeah, them. I'm going to cast haste on Silver. I just wanted to get in there. So our AA gun now has more DACA, and then Karen's going to run off and help those 3.
Yeah, updated Murphy's token.
All right,
Just gonna snipe.
Sorry, he's
now.
mature now. He's a full donkle.
Donkle. Yeah, I'll go handle that. But get him, Silver.
Okay, I guess I'll be doing 4 shots.
All right. So at the moment, this first kind of round, Morgana is getting up into position to start intercepting them, as Ankiri deflects one with telekinesis. There is one left unhandled for this round. What's your range on your gun at the moment? Your max range?
farther than my
300.
telekinesis.
300 feet?
Yeah, 300 feet.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll me those. So are you firing one at each, or are you firing until you destroy it and then moving on?
Firing until I destroy.
Got it. Fire all your shots.
Oh. 16, 22,
22 a hit.
another
Not.
18. That would be all my shots.
You impact it with one shot, enough to pierce through the armor. You have an AC of 20, and they have 20 HP. Morgana, were you dashing to get in position?
I don't see why not.
You're flying up past one as you see Silver wounds one very badly, and it has 5 hit points left if you wanted to try and shove it on your way up and not dash this turn.
No opportunity attack?
Well, if it's not a creature...
Sir, I have Sentinel. That thing doesn't get any more.
Oh, you're right. It just freezes.
It's stuck. Yep, it just stops midair.
For 6 seconds, and then it resumes.
Well, that depends on how high I need to be to actually synergize with Uncured.
500 feet.
You would be able to get to the point you needed with just your movement, no action next turn.
Sure, I'll help Kristen. Silver, look what you've done,
We've infected you.
you monster.
Alright, so are you just trying to slice it open? Are you trying to throw it? How are you trying to divert it from the fort?
I want to see Katira deflect missiles one of these.
I really want her to stand underneath one and just.
One of my ideas, if the hole was smaller, I was gonna bring Katera up there and we would stand up there. I would try to face tank them and she would catch them. But then you said it's the size of the fort. I said, well, that's not very.
What are you, Hulk and Marvel rivals with Wolverine?
Okay. I mean, if he's damaged it to where
It has 5 hit points left.
is it? Is it just like a pile of contact bombs inside these things, or
So with his shot, you get a view of it. There is some highly combustible fluid tank inside of it. Smacks down some sort of igniter in the tip, and then explodes outward.
she's gonna try to, as it's falling past her, separate the blasting tip from the rest of it?
Just slicing at it, or you're trying to grab it and pull it apart?
Slice.
Give me an attack roll then.
We go on reckless.
You slice the tip off of it, and
Muzzles up.
it crashes to the ground, but it just splatters this like ignitable acid onto the ground. Ruins the like grass underneath, but otherwise no explosion. You know.
Morgana does the Homelander point up at the bombard up there. Ruin my grass.
We don't have the stone anymore.
Speaking of grass, Silver, I need you to roll for your groundskeepers, your robots. I'm gonna have the respective person for their NPCs roll for them in a minute. Just roll me a straight d20. On a 10 or below, they got hit by one of these as it was coming down.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Just straight 1d20.
Yeah.
And what did you say?
1 to 10, they're gonna take damage from these. On 11 to 10, they were not in the blast zone when it hit, and then scurried out of the way.
17.
For each one.
Oh, for each one?
Yeah, each of the 5. Because they were spread around in the courtyard, constantly doing their work.
Oh,
Okay.
one got hit.
And then the 2 combat drones, or did you not?
Oh, right. Ah.
Okay.
One combat drone survived, I guess.
Well, they. Do you have their HP ready?
You never gave me a stat block for them.
Bad, Connor.
You had one for the other ones, though. Just use them.
Okay. I don't even know where you placed them.
Probably somewhere in our extra player bits.
Yeah. It should
They have
be-
68 hit points, AC 17.
They are metallic peacekeepers.
They're immune to fire.
There you go. So they only would take the bludgeoning damage from this.
Okay.
16
So
bludgeoning to each of them.
16.
You'll be able to
Yeah,
make your
16
repairs
to
so long
two
as
of
they
them.
don't drop to 0.
Okay.
Just kind of keep a running track of their HP if they get hit by anything else in this encounter.
I'll put up calculators for 5 mechs.
I would recommend just going to your bio part of your character sheet. Just gonna click little shorthand groundskeeper GK1 for groundskeeper 1 through 3, battle mech 1 2,
Fine.
and then just
That's-
marking out that they took 16 damage for 2 of them. So Fergus, you had a question a few minutes ago.
Do they see us? Do these think? Yeah. Do these things seem like they're targeting the fort, or do they just seem like they've been put on a trajectory and are being launched?
I fail to see the difference in what you're asking. Can you explain it another way?
Are these being shot at us, or are they being piloted at
Dropped.
us?
They're being shot at you.
Okay.
They are not being guided.
There are no servitors in this missile.
I think everybody's done a thing for this kind of round.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and have you all roll for your NPCs. And Daryl, if you will roll me the D20 for Giasa. Vaflin's not there. He's in his own little demi whatever. Fergus, if you will roll me a D20 for Yexum. And then if you roll me another D20, sorry, and Daryl, if you'll roll me another one for Catherine.
If it means anything, Catherine has mobile cover from the elephant.
Oh. Well, I think we figured out her nat 20. Hang on. There's a funny smell in my apartment, and I don't trust that my roommate hasn't started a fire. Give me a second.
The boof staff rises once more. Yeah, I don't think they're pretty happy we did just a smidge of terrorism.
Neighbors, not me. Carrying on. Yeah, so with the nat 20, Catherine is, she happened to wake up in the middle of the night, some sort of natural sense, I suppose. And when she heard the first bombs dropping, she went through and started making her way out.
She heard the whistle.
Yeah. And so she's down the hall before Giasa kind of gets to her senses. Okay, so we rolled for that, and you all took care of all the missiles for this round. Round 2. Katera, you're helping with the people, and you are helping scoot them along. The big one you help with this round is Yexum, who is still catching his breath. You managed to right him to his feet and kind of push him in the direction of the vault. He's still not quite caught his breath, but he's just momentum is carrying him in that direction.
Yep.
Karen, you were looking up. Can you give me a perception check as you look at the payloads being dropped on you?
Now they're a vampire strapped to 'em.
Writing it down.
Perception. 14.
With a 14, it would be enough to see there is a much larger payload coming up for round 3.
Oh, shit.
Larger as in size or larger as in, like, number?
Larger is in size. There seem to be 3 more of a higher class missile being dropped. And you see that it seems to continue up from there. They see there are increasing damage numbers as time goes on here.
I think it's okay to assume the governess knows something's happening, right?
This did happen like about a minute ago. So
Okay.
she's
so
probably
if she's
woken
doing
up
something-
and heard some explosions. She may not have seen what's gone on yet.
Okay, so I won't add on with a sending. I can't cast anything in concentration because that'll bone silver. Yeah,
He's running out from a missile. You drop him. He's, oh no.
Remember that time you almost shot me? No. Yeah, I guess I'll just keep medicing and keep running everyone.
What are you doing with
toward
Murphy
the-
in his game?
I'm taking him to the vault too. Don't give a shit.
Okay. Beatrice and Clyde, you are give me an animal handling check to corral them. Murphy speaks common. The other ones are animals who have explosions going off around them, and they're being pelted
Alright.
with debris.
Okay.
Be right back. I take dog out.
20.
A 20 just makes it. You manage to right them in a direction, and you are
Come on,
corralling
come
them
on.
to the fort. Murphy is following with you, and you see his little dankles, if you will, are quivering.
Deckles? It's alright. We've been worse.
You are having. You do kind of feel like you're back in Castric for a moment. The oppressive fire does kind of remind you, okay, escorting people with no way to fight back to safety. Your muscle memory is kicking in.
I remember when they upgraded from tear gas to to rubber bullets, then metal bullets.
The
Good
tear gas
times.
bullets. Those were fun.
Hmm. Then they just beat us because poison didn't really affect them. They just walked in the gas, kicked the shit. Good times. Just dragging along.
The second round here. Who's firing at the missiles or deflecting them? I'm assuming we're gonna get in position to try and deflect. Zonkiri's maintaining the telekinesis to try and whatever. Although Fergus said he had to do it. Step away for a second, didn't he?
I'm back.
Round 2. Telekinesis throwing a missile into another after Morgana deflects it.
Something similar. Got another idea though. Casting Arcane Hand.
Gotcha. Similarly grabbing it though and throwing it.
Yeah.
So Morgana, I need you to make an athletics check to kick this off to guide this missile. If you fail this, he won't be able to smash them together. Because you have to have you angle them together to make it work. Shane.
He died. Oh damn! He died.
Athletics check to divert the missile.
That's all game.
They're of a higher bit.
Oh.
Pause the game.
$5 foot long.
Yeah. Did you rage or anything?
Will you let me?
I will be kind because it's the first game of the year and it's been a minute since we played. Yes, I will let you rage. Also, because I know your luck is normally dog ass and you'll probably roll a 1 or 2. Hey!
There's a 1 and a 2 in that number. They're just together.
Well, middle finger to me, universe. Well played.
Damn, I
Good
didn't
game,
prep
good game.
animate objects.
Hi, I'm Missily. I go kaboom. Alright, you successfully launch up next to one, plant your feet against it, and push hard, launching it towards the direction of the other one. Zonkiri, can you give me... Hand's not proficient in athletics, right? It's just strength.
Okay, that works.
I mean, the hand's not a creature, so no.
Okay. Then you just make the strength check to lob it into the other one.
Hold it. Let's see. What did I drop? Okay, here we go.
Strength check.
Yep.
He's using that Big B's hand, or his
Yes,
arcane hand, or whatever.
So,
Wouldn't that just be a spellcasting check?
well, normally when it normally has you do a strength check with the hand, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it has a strength of 26.
Yeah, for what's it called?
That's why
Sorry, I don't like how Roll20 edit or post that.
yeah, that's why I was
forceful
making the
hand.
strength. Yeah, that's what I was basing the strength off of.
Okay. I didn't read the whole thing. That's my fault.
I really should have made the telekinesis a spellcasting check last turn to just grab and maneuver it, but the past is past. Okay. Okay. I will let you choose how this goes askew. You are unable to grab it and throw it at the other missile. You can grab it, or if you have another way you want to try and have this go wrong. So
Just have it slam into the hand and damage the hand instead.
that works. You can get both impacted that way then, and just I will roll for the damage on them.
Cool.
I'll be kind. I'll say you only get the damage from the one. So you kind of grab the first one and like roll the wrist of the arcane hand and lob it to the side, and then are impacted by the one Morgana diverted its way.
The other one just it's a narrow miss. The other one just sails off somewhere into the barrier.
Some poor farmer. His cabbage fields were looking great.
My cabbages!
Was it the orphanage?
Damn. I have to go again. Alright, and then there is one more left. Silver, did you want to launch at that one?
I was thinking of casting Shatter on it.
Okay. What's the range on Shatter?
I'm actually trying to see.
I don't think
Speed is-
Shatter can actually just. It's not powerful enough to destroy them.
If you do
And
20...
they have
Well,
20.
it does double damage to these objects, doesn't it?
No.
No,
forget what Shatter is.
it's
It's on this
the
crystalline class,
advantage.
right.
How much is the damage again? 3d8.
38.
You have to roll very well to get it. And even then, you would only hit one of them. So they're not close enough to catch in the radius.
What's wrong with shooting them?
Good question.
I thought he did a decent job shooting them before.
Yeah. How many are still up?
There's one left for this round. And then there's the big payload after this.
Okay.
So they're kind of in 100-foot waves, so like 100 feet from you all. You know, technically
And
they...
I just
Mhm.
found out haste only gives me one extra shot.
Oh,
as
I
an
thought
action.
you... I didn't
It
count
was
for that.
two, I thought it was 2, but
No. You
I
only get
just
one.
read it. Attack. You could do attack one weapon attack only.
And as far as range goes, though they're not all like in line for our purposes, we're gonna assume that they're like on the same plane, 100 foot up, then 100 above. That's the next wave, on and on. So 200, 300, etc. So you would have this round, the next round, and the next rounds in range for your sniper.
Okay. I'll do. Actually. Yeah, I'll just shoot. I was thinking of probably doing a mix of shatter and shooting.
Okay. Have you used your disintegrate
I'll-
beam yet?
No, I'll probably use that. It also won't destroy the bomb entirely. I just read it. Huge and larger. I only disintegrate 10-foot cube
Okay,
of it.
I gotcha. So go ahead and roll for your attack.
So yeah, I shall.
I mean, maybe he can disintegrate the trigger on the end, like how I cut it off.
Also deals like 70 damage to it, which is way more than the thing's threshold. I don't think we need to worry about that.
Yeah, I'll wait for the huge load. So
That's what I was teeing you up for.
let's see.
Damn. More DACA.
All right, well, and Daryl gets the one that was coming down. Now
Okay.
there's the large payload in front of you. So 200 feet up. That you all have taken care of all three for this round.
200 feet up, I could shoot it still.
Yep. Yes, it is still well within your range.
Yeah,
More DACA.
I'll shoot at the incoming payload. Boop. 29.
Hit.
25.
Hit.
And 31.
That'll do it. Okay. So this one was going to be a tunneling round. It was going to go in and then do double damage. And I gave it double health. You still got it. So you fire all
Hell
three
yeah.
shots. Thanks to Karen's haste.
Yep.
This bunker buster shot is turned to dust and just flows away on the wind. Katir, you've got Yexa moving towards the vault. Who's going to open it?
Can I not open it?
That's what I was getting at. Somebody needs to go open it because it is a.
That's what I had said was I was basically going to run around and tell everybody because I'm very, very fast. So I was
Right.
going to run around and tell everybody and then
Okay.
basically
So last-
say, hey, everyone head to the vault. Once I get there, I'm opening it.
Gotcha. So last round you kind of started everybody in the direction to go, and now you're running up to go and unlock it.
Yeah, because I have a speed of 65, so I should get to everybody pretty fast and probably still beat them there.
So go ahead and give me an acrobatics or athletics check to get this door open quickly.
14.
Okay.
Kill it or chasing it?
You get it there. You get there, and it's starting to pry open. Giasa and Catherine could squeeze in. Yexum's a little too thick to get in as you got it for this round. Next round, no action needed. You'll have opened it enough as it's swinging out for him to slip in.
If Yexum wants to slip in, he could also use his big, bulky-ass body and help me open it.
He is shell-shocked at the moment.
Fair enough.
He's also almost dead based on the amount of damage that missile did to him.
Yeah, he was caught just on the edge of it, and he was hit into a wall. He's not great. He also is not leveled. He's done housework.
He's gained several levels in housekeeping. Butlery.
Yeah.
How do we get him to go up levels?
I'm gonna send him on commissions.
Man, Gexen, we have a proposition. You go out and recruit some adventurers, and then get 3 of them to recruit 3.
Fucking pyramid scheme?
Yes, that was the joke. Okay. You all have gotten the next round 1. Nothing hits for round 2. Round 3 starts. There is no payload at the end of this one.
It looked very much
The
like
the next array of missiles is at 200 feet. So only Silver would have range on them. What do you all want to do this round?
How close is it that everyone is about to leave?
They are almost inside the vault. Everyone who's vulnerable is almost in there.
Zunkiri's gonna try to look up and get a idea as to what the next few waves is gonna look like.
Ramping numbers, ramping payloads. It kind of looks like an inverted pyramid dropping on you. Numbers going up, damage is going up. They seem to be... give me a perception check as you look up.
Oh, T. It's T.
16. There seems to be a cluster of ships forming this kind of donut in the upper atmosphere that are just launching all their payloads. Starting so you all are on round 3. Starting round 4, I'm gonna have a 4th missile. 4 for a couple rounds, and then it's gonna keep stepping up until they are exhausted. You still see them launching them, so they are not out yet.
How high up are they?
At least like 1,000 feet.
Okay.
They are way up.
What's the diameter of one of these larger ones?
Diameter. Let me use the draw tool to kind of double check.
Concentration 2. Look.
I'd say about a 10-foot diameter.
Okay. Cool. Let me know when the next big one's coming up.
Gotcha.
Where am I in relation to the rest of them?
You see Katir opening the door this round when you did one more animal handling check to shuffle them in at a lower DC because they're right there.
I was going to see if I was within range of Exum.
Yexum is like at the door. He's just waiting for Katir to open it all the way.
Okay. Okay. Animal handling. Before being
You corral Beatrice and Clyde into the vault as they kind of like bump into Yexum as he's squeezing in, and then Murphy is looking back to you sadly, standing in the doorway. You see in his eyes that he's like waiting for you to come with him.
no. Get in there.
Oh wait! And do you all close them in the vault?
Yup. Before that, I'd like to get a cure wounds off on Yexum.
Sure. Go ahead and roll it.
All right. I'll go ahead and give him a third roll. He looks pretty fucked up. $18 health.
And then you also unlock it.
Yep.
Alright. So, you all have only your things to defend now, as all your NPCs are in the vault. Party, what is your plan? As this onslaught seems to not have an end.
Missiles back at the ships.
Gotcha.
Specifically one of the larger ones.
Gotcha. For
we'll wait till next turn.
For expediency, and since all of you are focused on it, it is not hard for you to drop 60 damage in a turn, split between all of you. I'm just going to say we jumped up to the next large payload round. Because that's when you said you wanted to do something on carry.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to open an arcane gate at the point it would impact us and open the other side of the gate pointed straight up at one of the ships.
Easily done. Give me a spellcasting check, like a DC of 10, just to get the angles right.
I don't think he
I'm
can
pretty sure
fail
he
that.
can't fail that. He has a plus 10.
You're good. I'm going to go ahead and just roll the...
That's why I asked if they were being guided or not.
I see.
Return to Sunday.
Those being in 1 damage, rather than making a 1 just to double it. You see, like, one of them is having to, like, well, roll me an intimidation check.
That's one of the boring ones, right?
One of the boring ones? Oh, yes. That was the ones that, yes. Those are the same ones. But you're asking if one of the ships you hit was the boring ones. I was like, pardon?
No, the
Yes,
idea was launching one of the missiles designed to drill through the target into the target and then explode at the ship to drill through the ship and then explode inside the ship.
That ship is out of commission. Give me a... Yeah. I was going to say to use your spellcasting modifier instead of charisma. How does that modify it? What is it? 4 more?
No. 9 more, because I'm not... because I'm proficient in charisma or intimidation, so it's a 21. My charisma is a +1, my intelligence is a +10. I'm every engineer ever.
Okay. The other ships stop firing.
I can't get back in.
And they pull up and away.
Pussies.
Where the fuck is the
Let's not have that
government?
happen to us.
I was about to shoot dark matter into their bomb drop tube.
You all managed to disarm and disintegrate the remaining shells.
Alright.
You see the remaining hole over your
Yeah,
Your-
there's nothing I can do about that. Sorry.
fort. Excuse me. And there's a
Dead in the bush.
off-putting pause, a silence, as you're waiting. Is there anything you want to do here in this calm before the storm?
I'm gonna do a sending to the governess.
She is... You can see that there is a beacon lit on top of her tower on the
Okay. All right.
like the
Yeah.
the alarm bells went off while you all were doing this defending.
All right. I won't do anything. I'm making sure she's up and at him and doing something about
Yeah.
it. But
More
so
specifically,
no need.
at about round 6, you see a large shadow, a very large figure, some sort of creature, flying through the darkness, and you see a large stone dragon covered in emeralds flying towards you all. Presumably, the governess going, "Oh shit!" As you all are waiting there, I'll say that she goes ahead and lands to talk with you all if you all didn't have any other.
I was wondering if we could somehow get our ship to us quickly, or if we need to teleport to it.
I think you might just have to teleport to it. I don't think you all have any gadgets or gizmos to get it to return.
We'd have to fly it back here anyway.
Yeah.
And let me check my spell slots. Nope, we're stuck. I don't have it. Actually, no. I could just upcast it with a 7th level slot to get us back to the. Yep.
So, the governess looks down at you all, hurriedly asks, "Are you all right?" She sees the.
Been better.
She looks up at the hole. Do you need me to solve that?
Yes.
Takes off. There's now a large dragon breath crystal cluster patching the hole.
Cool. By the way, Silver, you're gonna be feeling that in a minute. I just realized this is probably the first time you've been hasted, and you're gonna have a bit of a whiplash in a second.
I mean, I was hasted. I know
He's
that
hasted
my
himself.
haste- I've
Yeah,
hasted
but-
myself on myself.
Yeah. So sorry. Mine works a little differently. It's more of an adrenaline thing. Yeah.
See, when I do it, I just overclock your magic little. Anyway,
Right, mine
look
would
at-
be overclocking my armor. His would be
I'm overclocking you.
what if I just
Overclocking
flooded your
me.
body with as many chemicals as it can produce?
You know how Gear 2 Luffy was only possible because he's made of rubber? I made you temporarily made of rubber, and that's going to hurt a little bit.
So, the attack on your fort has left some damage. Your buildings need some repair. The landscaping is ruined. No loss of life, some bodily injury, but overall no real asset lost.
While everyone's discussing things that are actually useful out here, I'm going to go let the vault dwellers know there's a lull going on, and I'll begin tending to the wounded.
Zunkir's just gonna throw his hands wide, look up at the ships as they're retreating. What's the matter? Can dish it out, but you can't take it.
This is what we call our Fortnite dance.
Boom, 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 ba-da-da-dum.
We may need a physical barrier against.
No, they're kind of just all fitting.
Well, I can set that up. I'm not entirely certain how strong it would be.
I'll be right back.
The governess kind of lands back to talk to you all, and you see very quickly she realizes, wait a minute, if the main laser's here, and that battlefront we haven't been able to cross, and she immediately takes off for the front lines.
By the way, we kicked the hornet's nest.
Dragon thumbs up as she's flying away.
And got some hornets in return.
Right. So, you're gonna go
I
get
don't
your
think
ship?
they're happy with us.
No, they're not. This is the first of many retaliations you can guess are to come.
Don't you mean would be to come?
Sure.
They kind of have to be alive to retaliate against us.
Make it happen.
All right, let's go get the ship. But
Sounds
first,
good to me.
and just as a small bit of protection,
This way.
let's go ahead and
Yeah,
Oh,
we, like,
here it
go,
is.
like, all the way to like the corner.
go ahead and do that.
And which is to do
Oh, sorry, I'm looking.
Basically just making like a crystal barrier around the top of the
Yeah, but there's
the fort,
Gotcha.
kind of like cone shaped. So like not necessarily will be
Yeah, exactly. Point
like-
left.
not necessarily tanking the shots, but like
All the way to the
deflecting
corner.
them.
I
at,
see.
Like,
That's what
Yeah.
you're looking
although now our base kind of
Umbrella.
looks like an upside down ice cream cone.
for. Lick, lick.
God.
You got that umbrella.
And that'll last for 10 days, as long as they don't throw any of that anti-magic stuff through the barrier, which
Yeah.
didn't look like they could do.
Well, what you got hit with was what they had ready to deploy within 6 hours of the terrorist attack.
Rebel attack.
Rebel attack, my bad. Except you weren't part of their controlled regime, so you weren't really rebelling more as you were just attacking.
Look. The best we're going to get out of this, man, is we're a private military company.
Yeah,
Also, they're actively at war, so I don't
Yeah.
think that technically counts as terrorism. I think that's just war.
Guerrilla.
depends on who's
tactics.
reporting on it.
Well, they
Uh-oh.
can be sure that I'm about to give them terror.
Guerrilla of the
Like,
wood.
Hazel and, like,
There's no gorilla!
Magilla Gorilla for sale. Magilla Gorilla for sale.
We go get our ship, and we're gonna install the stealth.
All right, so
You
we wanna
all-
go now.
Word of recall to this ship.
Yeah. Yep.
Also, apparently ship
We can only do this one more time tonight, so let's do it.
Zhup.
Use-
Let's
I-
take
I-
the rest of
I
a
have
nap.
passed with level 7.
You all make
And
your way
I'll-
back to. Mhm.
I'll let everyone in the vault. We're doing this, so just hold up here.
Fair. You let them know that it should be safe, but also, I'm assuming you give them rundowns of like, if something like this happens again, here's your steps. This,
Yes.
this, because we may not make it
Yeah.
back for this next one,
Yep.
and you anticipate more kinds of counterattacks. At that, Norvin,
Yeah.
you know your father has many rooms in his tower. Did you want Catherine to remain here in Fort Nix, or did you want to send her to Abthers?
I will send my mother to Apthers.
You have an intelligent character, and I wanted to put the idea in your head.
And she will give her mother a note to let her know how to deal with Apther and to tell Apther, yeah, this is my mom, be nice to her.
And Giasa did not realize in the moment that she was a powerful genie and just kind of cowered with Catherine. Do you want to send her?
And Daryl's just going to look at Giasa and just like, what are you doing?
There's bombs.
You're a genie.
Yeah, what am I? Oh, right.
Did you just forget you could do that?
I forgot I got the wish fragment. I was like, what's the wind gonna do to a 1,000 bombs? Also, I just woke up.
To be fair, considering what happened to her in the last explosion she went through,
Yeah.
PTSD is the least of her worries.
Right, just, if you could assist with the defense of the fort.
I can do that. Yexum, where do you need me? Yexum is like full body cast. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
before I go, because Yexum probably didn't get fully off healed for that. Where's my healer's kit?
I am only. Oh, healer's kit. He is he is spry enough to move about now. He's got a cane, he's got a crutch, and he's hobbling.
I'm the one who put him in that full body cast.
Actually, between the healing or between the cure wounds and that healer's kit, that actually does bring him up to full. He only has like 39 health.
Whoa.
So in other words, Giasa is a hell of a lot more powerful than him.
Yeah.
One would hope. One would hope.
A random minotaur, a noble genie with unlocking a wish fragment, stronger.
So Connor, maybe we think about giving him some psychic levels. Maybe.
We'll talk about it. You all throw resources at him, and I'll give him some increased stats. Anyway, you all make your way back to the ship.
Also, to be nice to Connor, I'm going to give my mother my Shield Guardian ring, and the Shield Guardian's going to go with her.
Shield Guardian and the elephant, goddamn.
Also, your electrites are still in that demi-plane.
Yes.
How are you
No,
going to
they're
stop?
No.
Did you take them out?
We had to identify them.
I assumed you went into said demi-plane.
The enemy plane's only open for an hour.
Yeah,
well,
I
no,
had
on
to yank 'em
Apthar's
out.
tower anchors it, so it stays open. That's how you open it the first time to get, or that's how you open it to identify it. Is it adjoined it as a room to his tower? So technically, you could go through that teleportation circle, back to his tower, open it up, take what you need, then word of recall. You still have your things, but PEMDAS and all that.
Okay.
I don't say no.
Because it is a huge silo they are all in. And you...
Oh, you like playing with bombs, do ya?
That's what you launch through the next arcane gate. Sir, is that a tungsten rod flying?
I know a guy. His name's Ikit. He knows how to make bombs.
So you all get that word of
Is he an
recall.
Is he an Aarakocra?
The opposite, actually.
A rat.
What, not? It could bomb crane?
Yeah. No, Ikit T. Claws. The most sophisticated ratman this side of the world.
So you all get your things and teleport in. Silver, you're installing the stealth electrite. Is that the one you all wanted to...
Right into the ship, right?
Yeah, so swapping out your poison chemtrail one,
Yeah.
plugging in stealth. That's only going to take you like 10 minutes. While you all are waiting on him to do that, you kind of take a peek up on deck and see his state. People seem to be freaking out here.
Yeah, that's their problem.
I'm going to repeat. Within 6 hours, everyone here in Dragon Guard isn't just like worried. They are actively scrambling, and guards, like you hear whistles and corralling, sirens.
Our work here is done. Switch cape.
That was a hook if somebody wanted to investigate why they're freaking out. If not, lie.
I'll see.
You are busy. You're the only one.
Right.
I'll see, I guess.
Okay. You pop off the gangplank real quick and
I
ask
did
somebody.
hypothetically start this shit off. Hypothetically.
Pew! Boom! God, it is not that long since that. You flag somebody down, one of the guards, and ask them, what do you ask them?
Why's everyone losing their minds?
Did you not hear?
No.
The Araya agency has taken over the hyperlane gate, and they're starting to move large fleets through. Something
Uh-oh.
set them off, and they've decided they're done with this war.
So Karen
Losing 9 million gold probably did it.
So Karen hits the roulette wheel and he becomes old again as he hobbles and he hobbles back up on deck to inform Zankiria that
Be right
this
back.
turned
Someone's yelling.
to tell Zankiria that this turned from a proxy war to a hegemony boot.
I told
Went
you.
from
We had
fighting the CIA to fighting the fucking United States Army. Vietnam!
I told you. We have to hit them in the wallets.
Well, I think they have more wallet.
They have more wallop.
Wallet.
Man, you're
Yeah.
missing the big picture. they've taken over the hyperlane gate and they're about to start moving, massive amounts of troops.
No, I got
through, right?
That part was pretty clear.
And he just kind of grabs the sides of his face and like brings his face close to his.
Oh,
Oh
no.
god, I have such good vision. You have your face.
What's right above us?
A gun.
That does what?
Destroy your chaomancy.
That's off magic.
And they're about to send all of their ships through a corridor that's not going to have an opening on the other side.
I'm not good at physics. That sounds bad.
Very.
Okay, please let go of my beard.
Does this mean we're stealing the laser?
Morgana.
Oh, we're stealing
Yes,
the
my
laser.
love, we're stealing the laser.
I imagine Morgana's in the next room over and it's just head through the wall.
No, I just imagined he still has Karen's face pulled in, and then suddenly from off screen just slides in. Does that mean we get to steal the laser?
No, even better. Crawled down, slid in between you two, just saying.
Oh god, you're touching me.
Morgana like bends over, fists clenched in the victory scream pose. Yes, finally. Allow me to get a hold of myself.
Come on. Let's show these tech nerds where the off switch is.
Dun 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 dun.
We have time for a rest. I remember I'm a little small sauced.
No, I really don't think we do.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
We probably do. It's probably going to take a while to actually get up there.
Okay.
We do have to fly up there.
All right. That sounds good. I'm gonna go immediately take a long rest because I have most of my lower level slots. Anything past that's a little funny.
What are you barking at? Nobody is scared of you.
Damn, Karen, you just gonna take that?
You weigh less than 10 pounds together.
Damn,
If I say
Karen.
anything, if I say anything in response, she'll just respond. Well, also you magic caster. I'll just wait till and I'll fuck her mom.
This is where we find out Karen didn't get out of the whatever he called everyone else, and he stayed at the. So, Catherine, lady like you in a strange place. Maybe I could show you around.
Have you heard of magic weed?
Here, maybe this will calm your nerves.
He's a ranger, so yes.
Oh, damn! She must have partied in college. Then let's fucking go.
College? What do you think she's doing in the fort?
She has the glasses too, Shane.
Her visor turns into it.
Yeah, the visor turns into it. Oh fuck! I love Gurren Does Morgana make? Fuck.
My blades are the chains that will slice the heavens.
Does Morgana make Dario dress up in the jean short shorts and the top? Tell me she doesn't. Tell me, lie to my face right now and say she doesn't.
Oh my god.
I'm so glad I
just-
don't understand what's
I
going
just
on.
checked the Discord chat. Starting the fucking Homelander finger. I get it now.
I'll wait for Shane to send it to you, or I'll do it later.
Okay. So seeing as that Ural's next step is to rest, then launch the satellite. Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
Yes.
We're gonna have to take a break while Connor gets the Oculus ready for a siege. So
You better get its inhabitants ready for a slaughter.
I'm gonna call it at least 15.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
If it's
Yeah,
more than 30, I may just have to call it for the night.
That's completely fine, man. It will be a very good.
In fact,
Honestly, calling it for night's probably a better idea.
that's what I was about to lean to. I was like, actually, I think I'm just gonna call it period, and make sure I stick the landing on this. So, that's where we will pick it up next time, as you all finish installing your stealth electrite, and not fly, just rotate the ship 90 degrees vertical, and then launch towards the Oculus.
All right, Connor. Do I have enough time for a long rest?
We will cover that next week.
God damn it! All right.
I mean, we're going to have to.
If you'll take your
One
long
way.
rest.
Let me take my wings off and put my ring back on.
Yes, you all will
'cause
have
I'll
your
try
long
not to need
rest.
to Fly in the
Okay. I will press the button.
station.
Yes, you will have your long rest. I was just gonna just a waffle about and give somebody a no. So does anybody want to do anything? Anybody want to do anything before you go? Okay, now you can have your long rest. I was just gonna edge you for a week. That was the secret.
Don't edge me. I'll explode.
That's Shane's job.
Huh?
Hey,
Huh?
yo.
Huh?
Well, you already take care of Mason. You know, you feed him, you bottle
That's
feed
a
him.
That was a Final Fantasy joke.
Thank you, Pyro.
Speaking of
Hey,
which,
Like, at least one of them will get it.
Yes, please.
how does that work with the detection stuff that they have?
As in, like the stuff they say, like, "Hey, ship inbound."
No, you said that they had, or you said that the I keep wanting to call it the Arc, the Oculus. It had those like sensors and panels in it to detect magic.
Yes. So a little refresher: the material that it's made of will react to magic being in contact with it. That's what I was talking about. Like the panels of the floors and walls would light up when in contact with magic. So your far sight, whatever the spell was you cast, it had a light underneath its feet because it itself was a spell walking around, and then the ship is covered, the station is covered in that stuff that gives it a camouflage.
Yeah, and you said that it would like detect invisibility and shit.
So like if you were invisible standing on it, it would still light up where your feet are at. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. How does that pair with non-detection? The spell designed to stop things like that.
I will say that is the only exception. Is that if you have non-detection on.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
The reason I'm asking this is because obviously you're, like the homebrew stuff you're using isn't accounted for in the spell.
right. Let me stew on it. I'm leaning towards non-detection, casting it. So I'm assuming you're casting it on you.
Elf only cast.
Well, the psionic is self only. I can regular cast it on other people.
I had said before that you being like possessing somebody wouldn't set it off.
Correct.
So what is the non-detection for?
Just all of us to keep us from being like perceived through magical sensors.
Right.
Make sure none of their divination stuff picks up our magic items.
I see. You're making sure that casting non-detection won't cause you to glow an aura wherever you walk.
Yes.
Yes, that will not happen.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I was trying to understand what you were trying to do with it. Yes, that is totally fine. The spell to protect you from everything else will not reveal you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that because I understand. Okay, it's detecting the invisibility magic as a defensive measure.
This one is specifically designed to counteract that. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
I'm imagining mechanically speaking, they're casting detect magic.
Yeah, like a see invisibility detect magic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
It's got to walk over 25 gold for everybody.
Oh no! If only you could afford it.
Where am I ever going to get that kind of money? He stands in front of the $9 million we just stole.
Wipes his tear with the evil electrite.
Fort Nix, Fort Knox, that's it.
Just hold on. Watch together. The playlist you got going is playing fucking Godzilla. Hell yeah.
Underwater battle music, yeah.
Big fish.
I mean,
What that mouth do?
So, we will pick up there next